Hey, welcome to Firescale Audiobooks. If you enjoy our audiobooks, please consider subscribing to the channel. Also, feel free to share your review in the comments section below.
Lu Yushi ignored his weak resistance and immediately lifted him up. She staggered back a step. It was so heavy. She did not know if it was because of the increase in the rain that made him so heavy or because of his proud height. "I told you to get lost," the man said coldly. Lu Yushi held onto his body and looked at him. "If you tell me to get lost, then I will get lost. How embarrassing would that be? I will not get lost." She did not know if she was angry with Lu Yushi or what, but she fainted. "Hey, don't faint. You are too heavy and I can't help you. There's still a little way to go before we reach the hotel." "Hello." There was no response. Suddenly, she thought of her phone. She could just call Yang Ran to help, but she regretted taking it out. It was over. She was wet. She might not even be able to turn on her phone. Really, it's so sad. Lu Yushi compromised and could only hold him tightly, trying to help him to a place where he could take shelter from the rain. Lu Yushi stopped for a while and finally helped him to the hotel. She panted and said, "Boss, help. Help me help him down." The boss, who was in the middle of settling the accounts, hurriedly came over to help. "Miss, what happened to you?" We were taking a walk." Who knew that it would suddenly rain? Look at the mud on his body. He fainted from a fall. Lu Yushi stammered. The boss helped the man to a chair at the side. "You young people always pursue romance. You should also look at the weather when pursuing romance. Now you're taking a walk in a rainstorm." Lu Yushi laughed perfunctorily. She actually wanted to say that he fell from above and it had nothing to do with her, but she did not dare to say it. She was afraid that if she said it, the boss would think the same way as Yang Ran then. Wouldn't they end up on the streets? So she did not explain anything and just let the boss identify himself. "Boss, we want to stay, but..." Lu Yu asked awkwardly. "You don't have money, right?" The boss seemed to understand her thoughts. Lu Yushi nodded honestly. Yes. "No." The boss rejected her decisively. She originally thought that the boss was so kind, but who knew that he would reject her so thoroughly? Lu Yushi was a little disappointed. There were only tissues, hats, umbrellas, and her most valuable but broken cell phone in her bag. The boss, but... Lu Yushi heard that there was a turn of events and looked at the boss excitedly. "But what?" The boss pointed to the kitchen behind him. "There are more people today, so there are many people in the restaurant next to the hotel. The cleaning lady took a leave of absence today, so she likes the dishes a little. As long as you help me wash them, I'll let you stay here. What do you think? Aren't there a lot of waiters here? Why don't you let them go? The waiters are waiters, and the cleaning lady is a cleaning lady. We will make a clear distinction. Besides, I don't have any extra salary, so I don't have to pay for your room." Lu Yushi looked at the man awkwardly. There were no injuries on his body, so she couldn't tell where he was injured. It might be an internal injury, so she had to take a look quickly. "How many rooms are there?" Lu Yushi asked. The boss swung the only key in his hand and said, "This is the last room today. You should hurry up and choose, judging from your current penniless state and the heavy rain outside." Lu Yushi gritted her teeth and stomped her foot. "Okay, but help me carry him in first. Ask the male waiter to help change his wet clothes and call a random doctor." The boss said, "Although your request is a little too much, I'm still considered half a doctor. So deal." The room was a single room. It was not big, but it was not small either. The boss sent 2 people to help the man change his clothes. At the same time, he also took a look at the man's condition. "Miss, didn't you say that he fell and fainted? Why do I feel like he's asleep? And there are also a few scratches on his upper body?" The boss asked. She wanted to say that she did not know either, but she had no choice but to explain. Maybe he was too tired and fell too hard. Yes, that's right." After the waiter finished changing, the boss came out and said, "Miss, you can't say that I bullied you. I've been living with you and your boyfriend. You should go to the restaurant next door to wash the dishes, right?" "Got it. I'll go now," Lu Yushi said reluctantly. She really wanted to say that he was not her boyfriend. Who did she offend? She had never washed the dishes since she was born. How could she wash them? Fortunately, the boss said that there was only a little. When Lu Yushi saw the mountain of bowls and chopsticks in front of her, her eyes widened. This was the small amount that the boss said. Where was she supposed to wash it from? Sigh. She could only accept her fate. She did not know how long she had washed it. When she came out, her hands were already very red and swollen. She straightened her waist. She was so tired and felt very sleepy. She had not slept well since last night, and now she was even more sleepy. Moreover, the rainy day was so dark that it seemed like it was night. It made her want to sleep even more. She was so tired that she was about to lie down and return to her room. First, she went to see the man who had made her suffer so much. In this life, from her previous life until now, perhaps the most bitter thing was this time. She gently pushed the door close to the bedroom. The first thing she saw was a man sleeping quietly. Liu Yushi walked closer to take a look. He had a tall nose, thick and long eyelashes. He was such a handsome man. It was not that she was infatuated with him, but he was really very good-looking. However, she seemed to have seen him somewhere before, but she could not recall where. Suddenly, a person flashed through her mind. Wait a minute. Wasn't this the rich car owner who drove her to the scene when Grandma Yang almost got into a car accident? Why was he here? Liu Yushi couldn't help but think about Yang Ran's thoughts. Was he being pursued? It couldn't be that dramatic, right? Moreover, according to Yang Ran, the first man she saved would usually be the male lead of her life, but he wasn't the first person she saved. Speaking of which, she didn't know how the man with broken ribs was doing. Liu Yushi looked at the handsome man sleeping peacefully on the bed. Although there was a scratch on the right side of his face from the side, his sharp facial features looked like the work of a god. She smiled slightly. She remembered that the first time she saw him, she had a superficial feeling that her heart was racing. Liu Yushi reached out her hand to cover her chest. Speaking of which, her heart was beating wildly now. Liu Yushi thought of an explanation for her racing heart. It was Sai, so handsome that her heart was racing. Liu Yushi yawned and said to herself, "Forget it. I sleep the most. When I wake up, I'll answer the boss's call to inform Yang Ran." Liu Yushi lay down on the sofa a few meters away from the bed and entered a dream. After an unknown amount of time, Liu Yushi woke up from her dream. She looked up in a daze and realized that he was still sleeping. She wanted to sleep for a while more, but her stomach was a little hungry, so she could only reluctantly get up. She yawned and rubbed her messy hair from her sleep. Whoosh! What time was it? She did not know how long she had slept. There was no clock or watch here. She was penniless and could not even buy food. She did not know if this place was worthy of food. She glanced at the man lying on the bed. Was he hungry? He should not be hungry. He was already asleep. Although there was only one room, and it was not very good, she could at least bring a bathroom to wash up. She went downstairs to call Yang Ran. Otherwise, what would she do if she called the police? When she reached the first floor, she saw that the boss was settling the accounts. Liu Yushi ran over foolishly. "Boss, can you lend me your phone to call me? Just for a moment." The boss looked at Liu Yushi and pointed at the landline next to him surprisingly generously. "You can't call for too long." Liu Yushi's eyes lit up. "Thank you, boss." Liu Yushi hurriedly pressed the number and stopped when she reached the last digit. Is the last digit of Xiao Ran's phone 1 or 7? Forget it. Let's call it 1 first. Do. After 2 rings, the call was picked up. "Hello, is this Xiao Ran?" Sorry. Wrong number." She remembered the wrong number and was scolded for no reason. She was also rolled her eyes by the boss who was in the middle of settling accounts. She tried pressing 7 again. Do. It rang for a long time before the call was picked up. This time, Liu Yushi learned her lesson and waited for the other side of the phone to speak. Yang Ran's voice sounded on the other end of the phone. "Hello. Who is this?" "Hello, Xiao Ran. It's me, Xiao Shi. Where are you guys now?" Liu Yushi asked. "Yang Ran, are you stupid? I'm right where you are." Liu Yushi. It seemed that the one-track-minded Yang Ran did not even realize that she was missing, let alone calling the police. "Sai, what a good friend." Liu Yushi. "I'm not with you. I'm lost." "What? You got lost? How come I don't know? Where are you?" "I'll go look for you right away," Yang Ran asked anxiously. "I'm..." Halfway through her sentence, she suddenly remembered that the man she had saved was still unconscious. She did not know what to do. If she left like this, what if he suddenly hung up? I'm at home. Don't worry. I just called Chi Shifu to pick me up. You guys have fun. Have fun. Lu Yushi could only find a random excuse to tease her. Yang Ran? Oh, okay, I got it. Bye-bye. Oh, bye. After hanging up the phone, Lu Yushi looked at the boss pitifully. Boss, I'm so hungry. Do you have anything to eat here? There's nothing to eat here for you. The restaurant next door is also closed. I can't do anything about it. However, there are ingredients in the kitchen of the restaurant, but the boss looked at Lu Yushi as if he didn't know how to do it. I can tell at a glance that you're the darling of the family. Don't think that I don't know how long you washed the dishes yesterday. How would I dare to let you go? He continued to settle the score. Lu Yushi was a little speechless. She did not know how to wash dishes, but she was still very good at cooking. Lu Yushi had no choice but to use her trump card. She looked at the boss with tears in her eyes. Boss, although I don't know how to wash dishes, my culinary skills are really good. Please, can you lend me the kitchen? My boyfriend is still hungry, please. The boss said softly, Okay, I promise you. The key is in the drawer. Open this door and turn right to the kitchen. Thank you, boss. Lu Yushi excitedly took the key and went to the kitchen. The kitchen was not big, but it was not considered small either. After familiarizing herself with the location of the pots and pans, she opened the fridge. Wow, there was quite a lot of food. It looked like she was going to have a good meal. She took out some chicken meat from the fridge, followed by millet. After washing them, she put the pot down and stewed millet congee together. The reason why she thought of stewing millet congee was that the man who was still sleeping might be hungry, so she did not know why he slept for so long. However, if it was comfortable, she should eat something. This was Lu Yushi's principle. She casually took out some vegetables and meat to make a soup and a dish. Then, she fried a poached egg. Next time, she took a tray and carried 2 small bowls to the room. When she passed by the boss, Lu Yushi bribed him with a prepared soup. The boss said, Sure enough, you are sensible. All right, go up. Lu Yushi smiled and went up. When she carried the things back to the room, she saw that the man was still sleeping. After Lu Yushi put the things away, she looked left and right, wondering if she should wake him up to eat. In the end, she decided to wake him up. She gently pushed her arm and shouted, Wake up! Hey, wake up! Suddenly, the man opened his eyes alertly and grabbed Lu Yushi's hand. He used a lot of strength, and it hurt Lu Yushi very much. It hurts, what are you doing? Let go of me. Lu Yushi was in so much pain that she wanted to break free. It's you. The man was a little surprised when he saw Lu Yushi. He did not remember that it was raining at that time. Someone wanted to help him, but he refused. Could it be that she was the one who helped him here? Lu Yushi touched her hand that she had not let go of. Are you crazy? It's raining so heavily outside. I finally managed to drag you back, and you still hurt me? Heibu asked coldly. Why are you helping me? Lu Yushi said with some grievance and excitement. I dragged you back in such a heavy rain. Don't you see how heavy you are? I dragged you back in such heavy rain. I didn't have the money to stay in a hotel, and I even washed so many bowls. Now my hand is swollen, and you still hurt me. Who did I offend? Heibu sat up gently and said with some embarrassment, Sorry, I didn't know, but thank you. Lu Yushi looked like a little girlfriend who had a conflict with her boyfriend. Heibu did not say anything else after saying that sentence. The room was so quiet that it was a little awkward. Goo! Lu Yushi's stomach rang the dinner bell at the right time, breaking the silence. I'm eating. Are you hungry? Lu Yushi asked. Heibu looked at the things on the table and nodded slightly. If his subordinates saw his boss like this, they probably would not even be able to close their mouths. Lu Yushi scooped it up and gave it to him. Heibu took it without hesitation. When Lu Yushi turned around to take the spoon, Heibu had already finished the small bowl of porridge and handed it to her. Lu Yushi said in surprise, Wow, what are you doing? Why are you eating so fast? I'm not going to snatch it from you. Since you're not feeling well now, you should look uncomfortable. Eating so fast is not good for your body. Don't you know that? Heibu stared at the nagging Lu Yushi. She was very cute. She was not afraid of him. She did not feel like she was sticking to him at all. She did not want other women to treat him like that. She treated him like a child. Heibu looked at her and could not help but laugh. However, it was only for a moment. He was not noticed, and his expression returned to its cold expression. Lu Yushi gave him another bowl and reminded her many times not to eat too quickly before giving it to him. It's almost 7 o'clock now. It's raining heavily outside. The boss just told me that the phone line has been blown off. Now that there's lightning and thunder outside, we might not be able to go back for the time being. We can only rest here until the rain stops, Hachio said then. He sneezed. Hey, Boo. Yes. The cold voice made Lu Yushi say, Can you not be so cold? Is this weather trying to kill me? It's making me catch a cold. Hey, Boo. Since you're a patient and we can't go back for the time being, you can sleep on the bed and I can sleep on the sofa, Lu Yushi said generously. Heibu said coldly, No need. Lu Yushi pursed her lips. Her good intentions did not pay off. Then you sleep on the sofa and I'll sleep on the bed. Sleeping on the sofa makes my back ache. Okay. Ichiibu answered without hesitation. He did not know why, but in front of her he felt very relaxed and could not be cold. In front of all the women, he would not allow them to talk like that, however. Her cheerful and lively personality always allowed him to let go of his fatigue and relax. I'm just saying, although I don't know why you fainted in the heavy rain and why you slept for so long, you're a patient now. So, you should sleep on the bed. Lu Yushi explained. Hey, Boo. Lu Yushi took the empty bowl that Heibu had finished eating. Do you want more? Heibu shook his head to indicate that it was not necessary. Lu Yushi tidied up the remaining things. I'm also full. I'll go down and put the things down. You can freshen up yourself. You can leave when the rain stops tomorrow. Looking at Lu Yushi, who had eaten so little, Heibu frowned. Why did she eat so little? No wonder her body was so small. Her waist was so slender that it seemed like it could be broken with a twist. In fact, Lu Yushi had already eaten a lot, but to a boy, her appetite was very small. After Lu Yushi went out to close the door, Heibu closed the curtains vigilantly and pressed the button on the waterproof watch. Immediately, a fingerprint identification program appeared, and Heibu pressed the fingerprint. A small communicator appeared. It's me. Hide the things immediately and capture Robin. On the other end of the phone, Leader, we don't know where Robin has gone. He led his men to loot the armory. Right now, the people under him are lacking guns, and Boss Jing is looking for you everywhere. Don't appear for the next 2 days. Heibu sneered and said he can't touch me. On the other end of the phone, Leader, don't be careless. There are still traitors in the gang. Okay, I got it. I'll find out who it is immediately and eliminate them immediately. Also, go and inform Jason in the United States to send another batch over from afar. The other end of the line sent another piece of bad news. Jason called just now. He said that the backup armory has also been emptied. The eyes of the HEIBU frowned dangerously. Robin, it's you again. Since you're heartless, don't blame me for being unrighteous. Don't think that I won't be able to touch you just because you've pledged your allegiance to Boss Hay. I've never seen Boss Hay in my eyes. Do you think you can escape, traitor? Hey, Boo, I got it. I'll think of a way to deal with the armory as soon as possible. Stay calm and don't act rashly. I'll deal with it as soon as possible in the next 2 days. Hey Boo's gaze was like a sword as he looked at the torrential rain outside. He was thinking about many things. Boss Jing was famous for being vicious and vicious. He would take back 10 times the amount of usury and rape young girls. He was often the one who took things by force. However, a strong snake could not suppress a weak tiger. He was always being suppressed by Heibu. He was very unwilling recently. He had been secretly recruiting people and buying horses to resist Heibu. He was becoming more and more arrogant. He thought that others would not know. In fact, Heibu had always seen it and was too lazy to care about it. He did not expect that there would be a traitor. Are you done washing up? Lu Yushi came in and saw the Heibu standing by the window. She asked in puzzlement. Lu Yushi was completely surprised by the tall figure standing by the window. It was too short for Lu Yushi to change into a hotel uniform, but did not affect his handsome and heroic appearance at all. The half-open button perfectly showed off his 8-pack abs. Lu Yushi could not help but want to touch it. It was not that Lu Yushi was a pervert, but it was really very seductive. Lu Yushi asked, How tall are you? Hey Boo, 188. Lu Yushi didn't expect that the cold man would answer such a boring question. She was actually a little excited. Lu Yushi wanted to say something, but couldn't. That. Heibu was puzzled. What's the matter? Lu Yushi smiled embarrassedly and said, Can I stand next to you? Lu Yushi's request made Heibu even more confused. What? You just have to say yes or no. Lu Yushi looked at Heibu with anticipation. Okay. Hearing Heibu agree, Lu Yu quickly stood beside him, looking satisfied. Lu Yushi did this not because she was an NYMPHOMNIAC, not because she was daydreaming, but because she was looking for a so-called sense of security. She heard from others that if a guy was a head taller than her, then he would feel very safe. In her previous life, although she was already together with Lin Yuan, that submissive personality and her own height did not give her the sense of security she wanted. The love in her previous life had broken her heart. Although the man in front of her was cold, it made her feel like she wanted to rely on him. 168 in front of 188 was an extremely cute height contrast. Heibu looked at Lu Yushi's head, and his heart unconsciously started to speed up. Bang, bang. Lu Yu, who was standing by his side until his shoulder, had a satisfied but sad look. She had never felt this way before. He wanted to protect her and let her melt under his wings. If anyone saw the doting look on Heibu's face, they would feel that the sky was about to change. Perhaps it was because they were too quiet and stood together in an ambiguous position. Lu Yushi could hear his thumping heart. Her face instantly turned red to her ears. I'm sorry, thank you. Okay, it's getting late. Wash up and go to sleep. Maybe the rain will stop tomorrow morning. After saying that, she rushed into the toilet with a red face. She did not notice the hard-won smile on Heibu's face when she hurriedly dodged. Lu Yushi closed the toilet and took a deep breath. Her hands fanned herself desperately. What was wrong with her? Why was her face red? It was not that bad. It must be because the weather was too hot on rainy days. Lu Yushi once again found an excuse for her abnormal behavior. After leaving the bathroom, perhaps it was because it was too quiet, so it was very awkward. Well, I'm going to bed first. You should go to bed early too. After all, you're a patient, Lu Yushi reminded. As she said that, she quickly covered her head and went to bed. Heibu could only respect her request to sleep on the bed. In the early morning, the rain became heavier and heavier. The lightning and thunder were extremely terrifying. Lu Yushi's head was covered with sweat. No, don't. Perhaps it was the result of years of cultivation. Lu Yushi moved slightly. Since Heibu knew everything, Heibu came to Lu Yushi and carried her to the bed. He patted her gently and said, Are you okay? Did you have a nightmare? When they touched her face, it was unexpectedly hot. It seemed that she had a fever after being drenched in the rain. The Heibu had never dealt with such things before. Now, they were at a loss and did not know where to start. Right when they were asleep, they heard that the owner of this shop was a doctor. It seemed that they could only look for him now. In the middle of the night, the Heibu went downstairs and coldly called out to the owner who had fallen asleep. The owner was startled by Heibu's cold voice and followed him to his room in a daze. The boss took out a thermometer. He said, Yes, she has a fever, but it's windy and rainy outside, and there's no spare medicine here. Go down and get a basin to help her wipe her body. Then put a wet towel on her head and change the water repeatedly. Then cover her with a quilt and cover her with sweat. That way, her fever will go back down. Wipe her body? Me? Heibu asked in surprise. Aren't you her boyfriend? If you are, do you want to wipe her? The boss's rude response attracted a threatening look from Heibu. The boss was so scared that he quickly ran away. Perhaps because he was scared by Heibu, the boss tactfully asked the waiter to bring an ice bag, towel, and wash basin. However, Heibu looked at the things in front of him and really didn't know what to do. He had never served anyone before. If he was asked to serve someone else, there was only one word, death. Looking at the uncomfortable Lu Yushi, he didn't know what to do. He felt at a loss. He wanted to dial the invisible communication device on his watch, but he found that the signal was interrupted by the storm. Heibu had no choice but to pick up the ice pack and wrap it with a dry towel. He gently placed it on Lu Yushi's head and took a basin of cold water to wipe her body according to the boss' request. However, After bringing the water over, Heibu did not take any further action. It was not that he did not dare to wipe her, but it was because he was not her boyfriend. She was the first girl that he wanted to protect. How could he dare to sully her innocence? Looking at her thick and long eyelashes under the light and her soft and messy hair, Heibu leaned down and gently kissed the corner of her mouth. He had thought about it before. It should not be a big deal if he just wiped his body with a fever. However, he had a thought in his heart. He wanted to have her. He did not want her beauty to be seen by others. He had never lacked women by his side. However, she was the only woman that he cared about. He did not know when it started, but she had already gained a place in his heart. Perhaps it was when he saw her pushing the old lady away without caring about her own safety. Perhaps it was when her thin and small body supported him. Perhaps it was because he saw her red hands washing the dishes for him, or perhaps it was because of her cute expression when she nagged him to eat slowly. Or perhaps it was because of the feeling when she stood beside him with her face red and her heart beating, looking at her little face, which was so uncomfortable that she was frowning. Heibu no longer turned his head away from her and began to wipe it down from his neck. The lower he went, the redder his face became. Looking at her moaning and twisting her small waist, Heibu could not help but swallow his saliva. It was too torturous. Thirsty, thirsty. Lu Yushi stuck out her tongue in discomfort and licked her dry mouth. This scene made Heibu look very seductive, and he had the urge to kiss this cute lips again. The Heibu frowned and picked up a glass of water. He knelt on Lu Yushi's right side with his right foot and gently helped Lu Yushi up, bringing the water to her mouth. Lu Yushi instinctively held onto the glass of water with both hands and gulped down the water. This made the Heibu feel very sorry for her. The frown on his face never loosened. Cold, so cold. Lu Yushi was so cold that her teeth were chattering and her body was trembling. The Heibu moved the quilt from the sofa and opened the cupboard to take out a quilt. All 3 quilts cover her body, but it was still so cold that it kept shaking. Heibu grabbed her hand. It was frighteningly cold. "Are you okay?" "I'm cold. I'm so cold." Lu Yushi answered dazedly when she heard someone ask her. Heibu was a little anxious. The quack boss said that only by covering her sweat could her fever be reduced, but now that she was so cold, she might not necessarily be sweating even if she added a few more quilts. "Cold. I'm so cold." Looking at the little face that kept shaking and frowning, Heibu's frown deepened. Therefore, Heibu walked to the other side of the bed, pulled the quilt, and lay down. He reached out and pulled Lu Yushi into his arms. His hands hugged her tightly to his chest, his chin pressed against the top of her head, and gently touched her cold hands. He warmed them up. When they met the source of warmth, Lu Yushi hugged even harder, afraid that she would be cold to the bottom of the valley again. If the gang members saw this scene, they would not believe it. Heidi, who had never been close to women, treated everything coldly, and would never lose, was now hugging a girl gently. The bed was only a single bed. 1 person could drink, but it seemed a little small for 2 people to sleep on. Heibu hugged Lu Yushi. The only feeling he had was that she was so thin. Did she not eat anything? As he thought about it, he hugged her even tighter. Perhaps because of Heibu's hug, the trembling Lu Yushi gradually calmed down. Early in the morning, the sunlight sneaked in through the curtains and shone on Lu Yushi's face on the bed. Lu Yushi comfortably rubbed against the blanket and stretched out her fair arms from the blanket. However, she felt that she was bound by something and could not move. She opened her eyes in a daze and saw that her face was only 0. Her handsome face that was 1 meter away looked at her hands that were wrapped around her waist. Her eyes widened. What was this? Why was she sleeping with him? What happened could it be? Lu thought as she quickly looked at her clothes. Luckily, her clothes were still there, but what was going on? The days of gunfire had made the Heibu extremely vigilant. So when Lu woke up just now, he immediately realized that he just didn't want to open his eyes right away. He wanted to see what this little woman wanted. Lu Yushi recalled for a moment. It seemed that she had gone to bed very early last night, and then dreamed that she was very cold. Could it be that she had caught a fever after being drenched in the rain last night? Lu gently let go of the hand that Heibu had placed on her waist. Then, She quietly got up from the human pillow in his right hand. She lifted the blanket and was about to escape, but she accidentally stepped on the basin that Heibu had left by the bed last night. With a PA sound, not only was the water completely poured, Lu Yushi stepped on the water and slipped. With a PA sound, she fell down, causing the wooden chair at the side to hit Lu Yushi's delicate and fair little feet. Lu Yushi pulled back her little feet in pain. When Heibu heard the movement, he did not pretend to be asleep anymore. He immediately got up and quickly pulled Lu Yushi, who had fallen to the ground. He felt sorry for her and carried her onto the bed. Looking at her little feet that were a little red from the impact, Heibu was very remorseful and helped her gently massage them. Lu Yushi, on the other hand, was very surprised when Heibu quickly picked her up. It was over. She had woken him up. Now it was time for her to be embarrassed. "Did I have a fever last night?" Lu Yushi asked. Heibu only replied with one word, "Yes." "You took care of me for a night, right?" "Yes." Lu Yushi looked at the man who was gently massaging her feet. She was embarrassed and wanted to stretch her feet back, but Heibu pulled her back. "Don't move." "Lu Yushi, thank you. My name is Lu Yushi. Can you tell me your name?" Silence. Silence. "Lu Yushi." "Heibu, my name." Heibu said his name coldly. In all these years, she was the first person who dared to ask her name. In the business world, he controlled the wind and rain. In the underworld, he held great power. No one would not know his name. Heidi, only this woman. Lu Yushi laughed foolishly. "Open your mouth." Heibu suddenly walked to the side and picked up the thermometer. Lu Yushi obediently opened her mouth. Heibu stuffed the thermometer into her mouth and let her hold it. Heibu looked at the cute woman in front of him and thought of last night. It was not cold last night, but halfway through, he started shouting that it was hot and started kicking the blanket away. He hugged her tightly and did not let her kick him. However, he kept moving. Perhaps he was tired from moving and fell asleep. 5 minutes later, Heibu took out a thermometer. It was 36. His fever had subsided. He was finally relieved. Lu Yushi did not know what to say to him. She could only express her gratitude. "I really appreciated you last night, but I want to ask, why did you hug me?" The corner of Heibu's mouth twitched into a smile, but it soon disappeared. "Last night, you kept screaming that you were cold. There was no other way. I could only hug you." Lu Yushi actually blushed when she heard him say that. "Thank you." Lu Yushi felt helpless because she was embarrassed. In her previous life, she had never seen Lin Yuan blush like this. Why was she so embarrassed this time? Could it be that she had been bewitched by this handsome man in front of her? But in her previous life, she had never met such a man. It seemed that the matter was getting more and more confusing to her. With a beep, the Heibu's watch's communication signal got a signal, and at the same time, a call came in. Heibu glanced at Lu Yushi and walked to the side to listen. Lu Yushi recognized this device. This device was very cool, but at the same time, it was very expensive. She remembered that it was very difficult to make it with current technical labor. Since he could have it, it should not be as simple as a rich person. A voice came from the other end. "Hey D, we were attacked. Many of our brothers were injured. They are firing at full force. It seems that they really want to exterminate us immediately." Heibu narrowed his eyes dangerously. "Counterattack. Hey D, this won't do. Our armory has been emptied. The cannonballs in our hands can't be used against us." Heibu quieted down and did not say anything. His expression was so cold that no one could tell what he was thinking. Perhaps it was because the person on the other end of the line was very excited and spoke very loudly, allowing the originally quiet room to hear him clearly. Lu Yushi knew that he was definitely not a simple person. However, she was not afraid. Compared to being afraid, she wanted to know more. He looked to be only 4 to 5 years older than her, but he had experienced far more pain than her. Looking at his cold expression, Lu Yushi felt a strange heartache. She wanted to help him. "Well, Heibu, I have a way." Lu Yushi's sudden voice caused Heibu's sharp gaze to shift to her. "How do you know who you are? Are you sent by the other party?" Heibu came over and grabbed her hand. His gaze made her a little scared, but she still said boldly, "Are you stupid? If I wanted to harm you, would I tell you to do this to me? I said that I have a way to save you from danger. You should believe me. Hey, Boo, speak. I know a place that has something that you want. As he said that, he stood up a little and took out a pen and paper from his desk, writing a paragraph. He handed it to Hey, Boo. Find this place immediately. Be quick. There is something that you want here. Hey, Boo took the small piece of paper suspiciously. Logically speaking, Lu Yushi should not know anything about this, but she did. In her previous life, a piece of firearms that had caused a sensation in the country had been seized by the police. The media had made a lot of reports, saying that the underworld had eaten the black and hid it here. If Lu Yushi's judgment was not wrong, this should have been the order of the traitor under the HEIBU, boss Zhao Jing, to hide it in an abandoned warehouse. He would only take it out after the Heibu gang had been eradicated. Who would have thought that it would be accidentally discovered by the police? The police should not have discovered it by now, so it should be the best time. This batch of arms was really huge. It had caused a few days of tracking reports, so Lu Yushi knew about this matter. The Heibu gang stared at her suspiciously, causing her some annoyance. Hurry up and go. Why are you looking at me? If you don't go, your brothers will be gone. Heibu trusted her and nodded. He glanced at her ankle. Okay. Lu Yushi also noticed his gaze. I'm fine. It's just a light hit. Hurry up and go. The two of them looked reluctant to leave, like a sweet and reluctant couple. Heibu quickly opened the door, looked at Lu Yushi again, and closed the door. Lu Yushi also packed her things and left the hotel. When she left the hotel, she borrowed the boss's phone to call Master Chi. She would always remember the boss's words. Welcome to the next time without money. Lu Yushi, your boyfriend is so handsome, just a little cold and fierce. Lu Yushi continued to be speechless. Next time, make me a bowl of soup. It's so delicious. Lu Yushi, she did not want to come here to wash the dishes anymore. It was really a painful memory. Once she got home, Lu Yushi rushed to the clothing store without stopping. The renovation was still ongoing, so Lu Yushi did not care too much. She sent the design drawings that she had drawn earlier to the most reputable and quality production factory. For production, she believed that everything would be fine once the design of the clothing store was done. She could leave the management of the clothing store to Lao Jia without worry. She was not competing with her family for the clothing business, but the Lu Group's clothing was mainly evening gowns. The types of gowns were all priced at prices that ordinary consumers could not afford. Therefore, Lu Yushi decided to open a clothing store that ordinary people could afford, an affordable clothing store. Lu Yushi strolled around and reached the stock market. Lu Yushi glanced at the signboard and smiled as she walked in. In her previous life, she felt that the stock market was a lovable and hateful person. She felt that since she knew that the chances of losing were very high, why did she continue to invest so much money in it? It was probably due to her instinctive greed. After she walked in, a lot of people were trading in the stock market. It was very lively. A waiter received Lu Yushi. May I ask if you need any help? Yes. May I know how the Ruifeng stock market is doing? Lu Yushi sat at the side. The waiter brought over a computer and placed it in front of Lu Yushi. The market in Ruifeng is not very stable recently. It has fallen for 5 consecutive days. It seems that it is not optimistic enough. Many people have abandoned their investments. I see. How much is the price now? Lu Yu asked. The price is 23 cents lower than usual. If that's the case, I want to buy all of it. Buy as much as others throw away. Lu Yushi's sudden words made the people around her think that this girl was crazy. To buy stocks at such a young age, and buy a stock that had fallen so much, she must have too much money and nowhere to spend it. The waiter said hesitantly, Miss, do you want to consider it? No need, buy all of it. Lu Yushi actually did not know much about stocks. It was just that she remembered that in her previous life, Ruifeng had fallen very badly at the beginning. But later on, it rose to the top, making a huge profit for those who did not have the time to throw away their stocks in despair. The waiter asked, May I ask how much does this young lady intend to spend to buy them? Lu Yushi said a number, 13 million. When the people around heard that everyone had bought Lu Yushi, they were not in a hurry to sell them, but she still wanted to buy them. Okay, young lady, please follow me. I will take you to open an account now. 9 p.m., Lu residence. Xiaoxi, the weather is so nice today. Why did you go back? I couldn't get through to you on the phone today. Yang Ran's dissatisfied voice came from the other end of the phone. My phone was broken, so I didn't get your call. I just changed my phone, Lu Yushi explained unhurriedly. Yang Ran said excitedly, You don't know how much fun we had today. It's a pity that you weren't there. Lu Yushi said jokingly. Then did you meet your Prince Charming? That was the idol scene you mentioned. Yang Ran said with a perfunctory smile. The prince will have it, but unfortunately, the time is not up yet. Okay. Then you wait for the time. I'm sleeping. I'm so sleepy. Yang Ran was surprised. Oh my God, it's only a few o'clock and you're already sleeping. You're so sleepy after stealing a man. Yes, I'm so sleepy after stealing a man. You told me not to let me sleep, or else I wouldn't be able to steal a man, Lu Yushi replied helplessly. Okay, I won't disturb you anymore. Bye-bye. Okay. Speaking of men, Lu Yushi thought of the man called Heibu. She didn't know how he was doing now. He was so powerful. So he should be fine, forget it, I don't want to think about it anymore. I'm going to sleep. The next day was Monday. Even though she went to bed very early, she still yawned. Yang Ran could not help but ask her a question. Xiaoxi, didn't you go to bed very early last night? What's going on now? Don't you know that the more you sleep, the more tired you are? Lu Yu yawned again. Yang Ran rolled his eyes at her. What kind of damn logic is this? Lu Yushi's super logic. Yang Ran handed over the bread. I'm speechless. But tonight, after school's English competition, didn't you and your fake sister get first or second place in the finals? You're going to compete with her. Lu Yushi and Nan Man ate the bread carelessly. Oh, just an oh. Don't you know that the other schools have sent the best of the best to compete? What's with your expression now? Although I don't know why my studies have suddenly become so amazing, those are all from overseas. You've been staying in China for the past few years and haven't gone abroad. I'm worried about you. Lu Yushi looked at Yang Ran and said, Xiao Ran, don't worry. Even if they went abroad to study, they might not necessarily know all of English. It's just like how we're Chinese, but we still don't know how to pronounce some complicated words. So don't worry, I won't fight a battle that I'm not sure of. All right, since you said that, I'm relieved. For the glory of our school, you must win, Yang Ran said with a sigh of relief. Lu Yushi had a feeling that she had to admit defeat. All right, I got it. Of course, she did not want to embarrass the school. More importantly, the competition in the stadium after school was among the 15 high schools in the city. Among them, Shuefu High School was the high school that Lin Yuan represented. Lu Yushi remembered that in the competition in her previous life, a high school classmate competed with Lin Yuan and Wang Maihe until the end. In the end, Lin Yuan was in first place and Wang Maihe was in third place. Don't underestimate this third place. For Lin Huang High School, this third place was the first time in more than 10 years that they had entered the top 3. Therefore, even though Wang Maihe was in third place, she was still in the limelight for a long time. Meanwhile, Lin Yuan had also met Wang Maihe in this English competition and had made a flawless plan. She had even foolishly introduced them to each other and had been fooled by their performances for so long. She remembered that the last question analysis was the most crucial. Lin Yuan, Wang Maihe had lost a lot of points here. She had to predict a question in advance and definitely do her best. This time, she, Lu Yushi, would never sit in the audience to cheer for Wang Maihe. This time, she wanted to be the main character. After school in the afternoon, the school's gymnasium, which had a capacity of more than 5,000 people, was already crowded. Xiaoxi, why are there so many people? There are also so many people outside the door who can't get in. Looking at the crowded road, Yang Ran asked impatiently, How can there not be many people? Today is the school's opening day. There are 15 high schools in the city. You can calculate how many people there are, Lu Yushi said. Isn't this just an English competition? There's no need for so many people. Yang Ran was puzzled. Lu Yushi pointed at the sign hanging high up and said, Look at it yourself. It's an annual Super English competition. The television station shoots it from 360 degrees without any blind spots. Also, look at it yourself. There are more than a dozen famous professors from all over the country supporting the competition. You can imagine how grand this competition is. But why are there so many professors and experts present? And they're from all over the country. Lu Yushi said, "This is a city competition. After the city competition, it's the country. After the country competition, it's the international competition. So for this international competition, the Education Bureau attaches great importance to it." Yang Ran looked at Lu Yushi enviously. "Xiao Shi, don't you usually know nothing? How do you know so much now?" Lu Yushi chuckled and explained, "All right, I won't talk to you anymore. I'm going to report now. Otherwise, there will be one less person later," Lu Yushi said casually. She was not nervous at all before the competition. On the other hand, Yang Ran was extremely nervous. "Xiao Shi, you have to work hard. I'll be here to watch you." "Okay." The homeroom teacher was anxiously waiting at the registration office. When he saw Lu Yushi hurriedly pull her over to sign the papers, "Yushi, you have to work hard. Win glory for our class and the school." The teacher didn't expect that there would be another student in his class who could get first place in the school and participate in the city's competition. "You are really buried in the teacher's class and have been wronged." As he said this, his eyes were slightly red. After Lu Yushi signed the papers, she patted the teacher's shoulder and comforted him. "Teacher, I am not wronged. I feel that you are the best and most powerful teacher that I have ever met. You are my pride in your class." The eyes of the homeroom teacher turned even redder. "Yushi, don't comfort the teacher. The teacher knows that she is really bad." Lu Yushi hugged the homeroom teacher and patted her on the back. "No, teacher, you are the best. Otherwise, you wouldn't have gotten the first place in the entire school. Don't you think so?" The homeroom teacher pushed Lu Yushi away and said jokingly, "Naughty. All right, hurry up and go in. Whether you get a place or not, the teacher is proud of you. Good luck." "Yes, I understand, teacher. I won't let you down. Good luck." Lu Yushi made a cheering gesture. Just as she entered the contestants' lounge, Wang Maiha walked towards her with a fake smile on her face. Wang Maiha hugged Lu Yushi's hand intimately. "Sister, it's great that we're competing together." Lu Yushi temporarily did not want to have a direct confrontation with her, so she let her hug her like this. "Okay, sister, I heard that the opponent this time is very strong. You must work hard." Wang Maiha smiled innocently. Looking at her smile, Lu Yushi felt like vomiting. In her previous life, she had been deceived by this sweet and sweet smile. Now, it seemed that this smile was fake. "Okay, got it. I'm going to get ready. I'm going to go on stage." Lu Yushi pulled out her hand and walked away without hesitation. Wang Mai's innocent and cute smile instantly changed. Looking at Lu Yushi's back view, Wang Maiha clenched her teeth tightly. "Lu Yushi, I've checked. Your English has always been very poor. I won't let you off. Just wait for it to stink." A suitable voice sounded from the broadcast. "Let's welcome the judges and contestants into the arena." Hua! Hua! Applause sounded from all directions, and there were also loud cheers. Lin Huang, Lin Huang. Shiwefu, Shiwefu. Jin District, Jin District. The cheers grew louder and louder, as if they wanted to overwhelm the opponent in terms of the cheerleading team's momentum. When they saw the contestants enter the arena, they clapped even more excitedly. Yang Ran, the class director, and the students were no exception. "Lu Yushi, Lu Yushi, Lu Yushi will definitely win." The voices were in complete chaos. Fortunately, the broadcast stopped the shouting in time. "Everyone, please be quiet. Now, let's explain the points for the competition. First, there will be a round of rounds, and then there will be a question scramble. There will be 150 questions for each question scramble. If you reach 10 questions, you will be eliminated immediately. If you don't reach 10 questions, you will be eliminated immediately. Then, there will be a question and answer question, and finally, there will be an analysis question." Lu Yushi, who had been very calm all this while, now looked at a certain person angrily. It was Lin Yuan. Seeing his proud look, Lu Yushi wanted to rush up and give him 2 slaps. He was a heartless man. There was no way he could get first place. Today's first place. Lu Yushi, will definitely get first place. The judges sat opposite the contestants, while the contestants sat opposite each other. Because the first round was a round of rounds, there were 15 schools and 30 people. This round should be able to eliminate 5 people. In a round of rounds, Lu Yushi drew a girl that she did not know and easily defeated her. The next 2 were quickly won by Lu Yushi, while Wang Maiha, Lin Yuan, and Lin Yuan smoothly passed the round of rounds. Who would have thought? Her strength was not bad. At this time, Wang Maiha and Lin Yuan probably did not know each other. Perhaps they were assigned to each other during the question and answer session, and then they looked at each other. They fought to the end, so she could not be careless. The second round was a scramble. This round, 13 people might be eliminated, leaving 12 people behind. When Lu Yushi heard the first question, she quickly scrambled to answer it. Before she even finished listening, she had already pressed the scramble button, making the other contestants nervous to death. The judges all nodded in praise. The mayor sitting behind the judges saw Lu Yushi and turned to ask Principal Huang, "Isn't this the girl from last time?" Principal Huang saw the mayor pointing at Lu Yushi and answered proudly, "Yes, the one who borrowed the difficult question last time. Not only is she ranked first, her English is also top-notch in our school." The mayor nodded slightly. She was indeed a smart girl. He hoped that she could represent city in the competition and bring glory to the city. The broadcast continued to report the results of the second round. The second round has passed. Now, everyone can see that there are only 12 students left on the stage. They are Lin Yuan, Wang Maiha, Lu Yushi, Su Mei. The cheers from the audience were getting louder and louder, making it difficult for people to control themselves. Lu Yushi, Lu Yushi. Yang Ran excitedly led the students and shouted, making Lu Yushi feel helpless. Please quiet down in the arena. The 10-minute break is over. We are now entering the third round. The contestants will cross-quiz each other. This is a free-for-all question. However, 4 students will be eliminated in this round. Students, please get ready. Lu Yushi stared at the plate number that the person in charge of the arena brought over. She saw that she was number 3. When she saw that Lin Yuan and Wang Maiha had number 2 written on their chests, Lu Yushi sneered. Fate was indeed fate. Even if she intervened, she could not change the result of their meeting. You guys can come up with strategies. Lu Yushi, will wait for you guys. Her opponent was Su Mei, who was ranked second in the previous city. The questions she asked herself were quite difficult, and she answered many of the questions correctly. Actually, Lu Yushi did not want to come up with 2 difficult questions. Many of the questions reminded those who were going to analyze the questions later. If there were no accidents, she would be first, Lin Yuan would be second, and Su Mei would be third. Then, Wang Maiha would be pushed out of the top 3. You must be thinking high and mighty. I will not let you have your way. As the third round was not an ordinary elimination round, it was a point elimination round. Therefore, even if she lost to the opponent in front of her, as long as her points are high, she would still be stable and not be eliminated. Therefore, Lu Yushi, Wang Maiha, Lin Yuan, Su Mei, and the other 8 students successfully entered the finals. Linwang High School is very impressive today. 2 students actually made it into the finals. I hope they can enter the top 3 this time and don't get a duck egg again. The voice of the broadcast made the audience laugh. Look, even the broadcast said that Lin Wang was inferior. It seems that they can't get rid of the duck egg again this time. Haha, isn't that so? It's just to let them show off by entering the finals. The first place is still not Lin Yuan. The scorn of Xu Efu made the students of Lin Huang High School clench their teeth in anger. Yang Ran stood out to refute them unwillingly. You guys look down on others. Our Xiao, she will definitely make you regret saying these words. HMPH. Actually, Yang Ran's words were a little lacking in confidence. She really did not know what would happen to Lu Yushi. She was very worried. The students also looked nervously at Lu Yushi and Wang Maiha on the stage. What Wang Maiha did not expect was that Lu Yushi had also entered the finals. Wasn't her English always very poor? How could this be? Didn't she rely on cheating to enter the finals in the school competition? Could it be that the information was wrong? At this moment, Lu Yushi paid close attention to Wang Maiha's movements. Sure enough, Lin Yuan's gaze towards Wang Maiha was not right. It seemed that they had met in the third round. Wang Maiha was not ugly. She was quite tall, and had a good figure. Her looks followed Wang Yun's beauty and was quite suitable to seduce men. Lu Yushi clenched her fists when she saw Lin Yuan staring at Wang Maiha. Lin Yuan, to think that you called me forever in your previous life. You were indeed completely fake. Why couldn't I see through your hypocrisy in my previous life? Since God gave me a chance to take revenge and be reborn, I will definitely repay you well and let you know what regret is. The positions were changed again and again. Finally, all the students faced all the judges. The judge's serious gaze lowered the atmosphere to the lowest. One of the judges looked at the 8 students and said, "The fact that all of you are standing here means that all of you are outstanding. I wonder what you are thinking when facing the final problem. Please use 2 words to describe yourself." Hard work. Wang Maiha looked at Lu Yushi proudly after saying it. Lin Yuan thought for a moment and said, "Intelligence." There were all kinds of answers, but none of them satisfied the people who asked. Lesson. Lu Yushi's answer made it difficult for the judges to understand. The judges who asked were puzzled and asked, "Why do you say that?" Lu Yushi smiled and said, "It was the lesson that made me grow and stimulated me to work hard." These few words were apt. The judges nodded one after another, making Wang Maiha gnash her teeth in anger. That D** Imin Lu Yushi. She actually stole her limelight again. She would definitely not let her have it easy. The final round of the finals. I wish you all a good result. The broadcast finally said something in English. The parents and students in the audience seats cheered even more excitedly. This is the final round. The analysis questions will be used to select the first place in the form of points. The first place will be given by a nationally renowned foreign language professor, Professor Liu. Please look at the blackboard. The voice of the broadcast brought everyone's attention to the blackboard next to the contestants and the judges. The 8 students looked at the questions excitedly, hoping that they could get first place. However, when they saw the questions, their eyes widened. Were these why can't they understand them? Only Lu Yushi calmly wrote her answers on the answer page. When she saw the questions, she smiled. She remembered that the final analysis was to come up with this type of question, so she had made preparations in advance. Otherwise, she really wouldn't be able to understand them. Only one of the 8 students answered the questions, causing a commotion in the audience. What's going on? Why isn't anyone writing? Only Lu Yushi is writing? Yang Ran coughed and explained proudly to the students beside her, "You guys don't know about this. English and Chinese are pretty much the same. Some of them aren't used very much, and the words become more complicated. If the questions are made up of their meanings, it's very difficult to understand." The students immediately understood and replied with a no. One of them then asked, "Then why does Lu Yushi know how to write?" Yang Ran looked at him with disdain. "Don't forget, how many points did she get first place in our school?" When the students from different schools heard this, they started to feel nervous for their own students. The venue was very calm. Lu Yushi raised her hand after writing the question. The teacher in charge took the answer from her hand, leaving the excited students with big eyes and small eyes. The judges were even more surprised at her speed. This question was not difficult, so why did she solve it so quickly? Was she angry and scribbled randomly? A few minutes later, when the questions were handed in, many people scribbled randomly. Lin Yuan and Wang Maiha also scribbled randomly. When the judges received the questions, they gave the marks to each of them. All of them frowned and did not leave. The judges continued to give their marks while the students continued to look at the second question. They did not think anything of it. The second question was also a question that made them stare at each other. However, they did not want to leave any blank space, so they could only force themselves to continue writing. When Wang Maiha saw that Lu Yushi was so relaxed, she could not help but want to take revenge. Because there was no one between Lu Yushi and Wang Maiha, Wang Maiha quietly called Lu Yushi. Lu Yushi wanted to see what kind of trick she was playing, so she looked over. Wang Maiha said, "Sister, this question is very difficult. You don't know, right? This question will definitely be correct with the addition of is. Trust me." Lu Yushi laughed coldly in her heart. Did she think that she was stupid? Did she think that she would not be able to see through it? This question could be added with anything, but it could not be added with is. If it was added, it would be ridiculously wrong. It might even deduct the points. If she wanted to harm her, there was no way. Lu Yushi pretended to be enlightened and pretended to nod, indicating that she understood. Wang Maiha thought that her plan had succeeded, so she secretly smiled smugly. The competition did not tell the answer, so she should not know where she was wrong. This cannot be blamed on her, right? As the answer to the second question was accepted, Wang Maiha pretended to be excited as she looked at Lu Yushi and said, "Sister, it doesn't matter if the previous question is not correct. This question will definitely be correct." Lu Yushi did not say anything. She just laughed coldly, a little trick. "All right, students, this is the crucial last question. Please look carefully. If the first question is correct, the points from the previous question can be recovered even if they fall behind. So students, work hard." The broadcast sounded at the right time. The eyes of the students who did not perform well on the first two questions lit up when they heard this. Did this mean that they had a chance to recover? The 7 students stared nervously at the blackboard that had not been put up yet. Only Lu Yushi was playing with the pen in her hand with a listless face, which made everyone in the audience anxious. When the third question came out, the students still had the same expression that they had seen before. Wang Maiha proudly wrote down the answer on the paper. She was really blessed by the heavens. She had read this question in a book, so she should not be wrong. Lin Yuan also wrote down the answer confidently. Only Lu Yushi looked at the blackboard in a daze calmly. It was not that she did not know how to write, but she wanted Wang Maiha to show off for a while and then throw her into the bottom of the valley. When Wang Maiha saw Lu Yushi staring at the blackboard in a daze, she secretly smiled and continued to write. This smile was noticed by Lu Yushi. "Laugh, you'll be crying later." When the announcement was only 3 minutes away, Lu Yushi quickly took a pen and wrote down the answers. This made Wang Maiha even happier, thinking that she had scribbled in a hurry. When all the answers were received, Su Mei suddenly heaved a sigh of relief and looked at Lu Yushi, who was 2 people away. It was so strange. When she saw the first analysis question, she was completely stunned. She had never seen this question before, let alone write down the answer. But when she looked carefully, she realized that she could solve it. She felt that she could write. It was as if the question and answer student had explained all these questions to her. Then, she could write the last 2 questions. What was going on? Sumei's face was full of disbelief. This was too amazing. She could even grasp the main point of the question. "Okay, now that the result of the competition is out, I will announce the top 3. The broadcast said another exciting sentence. The people in the audience were so nervous that they were about to die. Their clenched hands were sweating because they were too nervous. The audience also listened in a daze. Ahem, the third place is... Actually, I'm not announcing the result. I'm just joking. If you want to know the result, please look at the stage." The annoying voice of the broadcast made people speechless. However, everyone still shifted their gaze to the newly built stage for the English competition. They saw that they had placed a microphone on the stage, and there was also a platform for the top 3 winners to receive their awards. Next, we would like to invite Professor Lu to announce for us. Everyone, give him a round of applause. Clap, clap. The applause was not stingy at all. Professor Lu smiled and walked up the stage under the guidance of the Miss Etiquette. He walked to the microphone. At the same time, the photographer ran up to him professionally to take photos of his work. "Professor Lu, today I'm very happy to be here to announce the results for these outstanding children. I won't say any more nonsense. Let's start with the announcement of the 3rd place." As he said that, he unfolded the paper in his hand and looked at it. The 3rd place is a student from Shuefu High School. He is Lin Yuan. After hearing the announcement of the 3rd place, Lin Yuan was completely stunned. Impossible, how could it be? He had been abroad for so long, and his foreign language had always been good. It was impossible that he could only get 3rd place. The Shuefu student also had a look of disbelief on his face. How could it be? How could Lin Yuan only get 3rd place? I don't believe it either. When Yang Ran heard the student who had just teased Lin Huang say this, she smiled and said, "Ha! Didn't they say that your Lin Yuan is very powerful? Why did he only get 3rd place? It's not possible, right?" Yang Ran's words made the person who was making fun of her say angrily, "Oomph, so what if you're in 3rd place? I'm afraid that your school didn't even make it into the top 5. Don't you think so? As she said that, she started to laugh at her classmates around her. Yang Ran said angrily, HMPH, don't underestimate us. Our Lin Huang's Lu Yushi will definitely get first place. You bunch of people who look down on others will be angered to death. I'm so scared. Other than having some money, your Lin Huang High School is a mess. Don't brag in a foreign language. The person who was making fun of her became louder and louder. Yang Ran was so angry that he was tickled. Don't look down on us. Xiaoxi's intelligence is one of the best in our school. It's impossible for her to lose to Lin Yuan. At the same time, Yang Ran was not confident. She did not know if Xiaoxi could win the championship. She could only bet on Xiaoxi. Lu Yushi was very surprised when she heard that Lin Yuan was in 3rd place. How could it be it shouldn't be? He should be in 2nd place. There was no reason for him to be in 3rd place. What was going on? Professor Lu continued. Now it's time to announce the 2nd place. Are you all nervous? Professor Lu braked halfway and made everyone cut. This made those who had not received the award even more nervous. Professor Lu said, All right, I won't keep you in suspense. Now it's time to announce the 2nd place. She is Su Mei from New Win High School. Congratulations. Please accept the 2nd and 3rd place. Su Mei was stunned and did not know what to do. How did she get 2nd place? It was so difficult. Upon hearing that Su Mei got 2nd place, Lu Yushi somewhat understood why Lin Yuan got 3rd place. It must be because she had given too many hints. Then Su Mei might have very strong learning ability, and then she got 2nd place all of a sudden. Wang Maihe watched in anticipation as Professor Lu announced the 1st place. She was confident that she could get 1st place. Xi and Feng had always been excited about the results of 2nd place. Even though he had gotten 2nd place, it still made them excited for a long time. Yang Ran, the homeroom teacher, the entire class, and a student from the same school all waited quietly for the announcement of the 1st place. They waited in anticipation. Finally, Professor Lu said, Now is the exciting time. The one to be announced is our 1st place. The champion, she is. Professor Lu had been playing with everyone's appetite, making the contestants very anxious. Even Lu Yushi, who knew that she might be the 1st place winner, was very anxious. She is Lu Yushi from Lin Huang High School. I don't want to be sad that she didn't win the prize. Continue to work hard and do your best next year. As soon as Professor Lu finished speaking, all the students from Lin Huang High School immediately cheered. Even Principal Huang, who is usually very calm, became excited. The mayor's lips also revealed a trace of a smile. He really didn't misjudge the person. Yang Ran jumped up in excitement. Xiaoxi, you're so cool. You really did not disappoint me. In the midst of her excitement, Yang Ran did not forget to say to the mocking Xuefu student proudly, Didn't you say that 3rd place is very good? How about 1st place now? I'm going to anger you to death. That person's face was so dark that he could not say anything. This made the students of Lin Huang High School, who were originally bullied, sing the school's song proudly, which made the Xuefu student very angry. Upon hearing this news, the first person who did not believe was not only the contestant, but also Wang Maihe. Impossible, this was impossible. She did not even make it into the top 3 and even let Lu Yushi win the championship. How is this possible? She had clearly pointed out a wrong question to her, so there was no reason for her to get 1st place. No, she did not believe it. Please come up to the stage to receive the award. Lu Yushi saw Lin Yuan's stunned disbelief and Wang Maihe's disbelief from both sides of her eyes. The corners of her mouth curled up, and she slowly walked towards the award stage. Her steps were slow and light. Her waist-length hair swayed gently in the breeze. Her white dress showed her temperament. Wow, whose child is this? She's so beautiful. I didn't even pay attention to her just now. A certain parent said. Yeah, she even got 1st place. Looks like she's smart and kind. It's a blessing to marry her, another said. Lin Huang also started to discuss. See, Lu Yushi, as expected of the school beauty. She's smart and beautiful. Another male classmate was infatuated. Yeah, if I could date her for one day, I'd be willing to go through fire and water for her. This sentence made everyone roll their eyes. Come on, you make it sound so real. A female classmate said jealously. What's so great about it? Wasn't her grades ridiculously bad in the past? Why is she so amazing now? What do you know? This is called concealing one's abilities. Liu Yushi smiled at everyone and stood generously on the first-place platform. The broadcast said, "Next, let's invite the mayor of this city to present the award for our first, second, and third place. Let's give a round of applause again." The mayor looked at the audience with a smile. Following behind the Miss Etiquette, he started the award presentation from Lin Yuan. Although Lin Yuan did not feel good, he could only force a smile in front of more than 10 cameras. When it was Liu Yushi's turn to present the award, the mayor picked up the trophy and whispered with a smile, "You were the one who solved the super difficult number problem, right? And now you've even won first place. I didn't misjudge you." When the mayor mentioned the super difficult number problem, Su Mei, who was closer, Lin Yuan looked at Liu Yushi in surprise. The super difficult number problem, of course they knew what it was. They had also heard from other schools that a high school girl had used the simplest method to solve this difficult number problem. Could it be her? Su Mei admired Liu Yushi even more, while Lin Yuan's face was filled with jealousy and dissatisfaction. He hated this girl and stole his first place. How was he going to face his classmates when he returned? Liu Yushi was puzzled. "Mayor, how do you know?" The mayor smiled and handed the trophy to her. "I know a lot of things. Do I have to tell you all of them?" Liu Yushi was embarrassed. No need, no need." The mayor took the microphone. "Please give a warm applause to congratulate these 3 students again." The thunderous applause was getting more and more enthusiastic. Liu Yushi really wanted to know if their words would hurt. The mayor said, "Okay, hold on. There might be a lot of people who want to know how much Liu Yushi won this competition. I just received the news and was also a little surprised. Liu Yushi actually won this competition with a full score." Everyone sucked in a breath of cold air. No way, so awesome. The mayor was also a little happy when he saw this reaction. "Now, I'm here to announce a piece of good news. Our student Liu Yushi from City will represent City in the National Foreign Language Competition next month." Then he said, "If our student Liu Yushi once again obtains such an excellent result in the national competition, then she will represent the country to Europe to participate in the International Foreign Language Competition." When Liu Yushi heard this, she felt like she was done for. It seemed like she would have to be busy again. However, the others did not think so. When it was almost over, the cheerleaders came out to dance to express their blessings for winning the award. The students from Linhuang High School rushed down excitedly to celebrate with the cheerleaders. Yang Ran did not forget that Liu Yushi had pulled her down and jumped up this time. Liu Yushi smiled helplessly. Wang Maihe cursed Liu Yushi's name countless times in her heart. In the public stands, a man curled his lips and left, as if he had never appeared. In the classroom, "Liu Yushi, you're amazing. You're really the pride of our class. Let's see who else dares to say that our class is useless." Another student said, "That's right. Let's see how they spout nonsense. If they continue spouting nonsense, we'll fight them to the death." The sharp-eyed student suddenly realized, "Class teacher, why are you crying?" Hearing that, all the students looked at the class teacher. The class teacher's eyes were red. He turned his head to prevent the students from seeing him. "I'm fine. I'm just too touched." Liu Yushi suddenly quieted down. She stood up. "Students, actually, the homeroom teacher is under a lot of pressure. She's being bullied by other teachers every day here. When she hears others say that our class isn't doing well or doing badly, she will work even harder to make up for our mistakes." Yang Ran frowned and said, "Teacher, why didn't you tell us? We thought that we were the only ones who were ostracized by others and felt uncomfortable." "Who would have thought?" The homeroom teacher sniffed and said, "All right. Now that Liu Yushi has won such a big award, she should be happy. Don't think about all this nonsense." Liu Yushi said, "Yes, you should be happy tonight. Let's go. It's my treat. Let's go eat." Yang Ran said, "How can that be? It should be my treat. Xiaoxi, you're not allowed to fight with me. What do you think?" "Okay," everyone said in tacit agreement, as if they were waiting for this sentence. They played around and arrived at City A's most unique 7-Li incense. The reason why 7-Li incense was famous was because of the fairy tree in the shop. A group of people played around in the shop and arrived at City A's most unique 7-Li incense. The reason why 7-Li incense was famous was because of the fairy tree in the shop. The tree was surrounded by bells that were as big as copper bells. Under the bells were 2-year-old tender green grass sprouts. According to the store manager, they were only given to couples as a symbol of perfection. Therefore, this place could be considered a couple's restaurant. Hey, why are you here? Isn't this a couple's restaurant? A classmate expressed his doubt. Lu Yushi also looked at Yang Ran, who was leading the way, in confusion. Xiao Ran, why did you bring us here? You don't understand. The store manager here is a very charming man. As she said that, she signaled Lu Yushi to look behind her. At a glance, it was the homeroom teacher. It seemed that this little girl was planning to introduce a boyfriend to the homeroom teacher. After entering the door, the first thing that came into view was a big tree that grew to the roof, and there was also a crowd of customers. There are so many people. Where's there room to sit? Student Lin was the first to retreat. Yang Ran called over a waiter. Then she turned her head and said, don't worry. I've already booked a big private room. There won't be no room to sit. As she said that, she took out a list from her bag and handed it to the waiter. When the waiter saw the bill, he immediately made an inviting gesture. Dear guests, please come this way. You have booked the private room upstairs. After everyone was seated, the waiter brought the menu over. Lu Yushi was a bit picky, so she took the menu and began to order. Give me a steak and orange juice. I want freshly squeezed, and for dessert, I'll have sliced sweet potato. After ordering, Lu Yushi handed the menu to the waiter, only to find that more than 30 classmates and teachers were looking at her. Why are you all looking at me? Is there something on my face? She touched her own face as she spoke. Yang Ran asked, Xiaoxi, what did you order? Everyone looked at her in this way, which made her a little confused. I ordered the dishes I like. Is there a problem? By the way, why aren't you all looking at me when you're ordering? The homeroom teacher handed the menu to her again. Lu Yushi reached out to take it and took a look. There was no big problem. The homeroom teacher, Yushi, take a closer look. Can you really understand it? Lu Yushi did not know whether to laugh or cry as she said, Teacher, what's wrong with you? I already said that I can understand it. Oh my God, this is German. How can you understand it? When did you go to learn German again? Why don't I know anything about it? Yang Ran looked surprised. Lu Yushi took another look, and only then did she realize why everyone was looking at her. So this was the reason. She had also taken a look at it just now and did not notice that it was German. Now that she looked at the pairs of sharp eyes, she did not know how to explain it. She could not tell them that she had made a good friend in Germany when she went to study abroad in her previous life. Then she would teach her Chinese, and they would teach her German. Moreover, who would believe her nonsense if she said it? So, she could only do the thing that she was most unwilling to do again and find an excuse. I can't tell you everything, right? My dad hired a tutor for me in the past. I'm not very familiar with it. I just know a little bit of it. God knew how good her German was. Compared to English, German was better. Okay, I'll reluctantly trust you again. Yang Ran was once again successfully persuaded by Lu Yushi. By the way, you should know that the 7 Miles coriander menu is in German, right? You even brought your classmates here to eat. Are you trying to embarrass your classmates? Hurry up and tell me the truth. Lu Yushi successfully changed the topic to Yang Ran. Instantly, all kinds of eyes looked at the innocent Yang Ran. Yang Ran hurriedly explained, didn't I forget? It's not like I did it on purpose. Besides, don't you know how to read the menu? Then help everyone order it. All eyes returned to Lu Yushi. Lu Yushi looked at the current situation. Yang Ran completely pushed Lu Yushi out. From this, Lu Yushi came to a conclusion. Harm to others, harm to oneself. Lu Yushi could only translate one dish, and, at the same time, she did not forget to roll her eyes at Yang Ran. Yang Ran looked at the ceiling and hummed a little tune, completely ignoring Lu Yushi. This made Lu Yushi gnash her teeth in anger. It was not easy to order the dishes, but Lu Yushi lost her appetite again. It was not because she ordered the dishes, but because she felt that she really did not have much appetite. Even though it was her classmates who were celebrating their victory, she still took advantage of the chaos to run out of the corridor to get some air. The corridor was very large, surrounded by vines. It was not hard to imagine that the vines would block out the sun for many people during the day. As it was 8 o'clock at night, it was also considered mealtime, so there were very few people in the pavilion in the corridor. It was filled with the cries of cicadas at the same time. There seemed to be a weak voice. Lu Yushi frowned and listened carefully again. Help! Come quickly! Help! The cries of help were very weak. If one did not listen carefully, it would be easily covered by the cries of cicadas. Lu Yushi also heard clearly that it was the cries of help. She did not care so much and started to look around. Suddenly, she saw Tang Jinjing, who had fallen to the ground at the side of the corridor. She quickly helped her up. It hurt, child, my child. Perhaps someone had helped her up from the ground, but she held Lu Yushi's hand tightly, as if Lu Yushi was her only lifeline. Lu Yushi helped her up and heard her say that her stomach hurt. She looked at her stomach and saw that it was a pregnant woman. Upon discovering this situation, Lu Yushi started to get anxious. Why was she able to encounter all sorts of unlucky things recently? She was so lucky that she could even buy 6 harmony lotteries. Lady, don't hold on to me so tightly. I can't help you if you're like this. Lu Yushi's hand was held tightly by her. She really couldn't use her strength. Upon discovering the situation, Lu Yushi started to get anxious. Why was she able to encounter all sorts of unlucky things recently? She was so lucky that she could even buy 6 harmony lotteries. Lady, don't hold me so tightly. I can't help you if you do this. Lu Yushi's hand was tightly held by her. She really could not use any strength. Don't be nervous. I will help you, but you have to let go of me. If you don't hold me so tightly, how am I going to help you find someone? Lu Yushi wanted to use words to dispel her nervousness. The pregnant woman, Tang Jinjing, seemed to have calmed down a little. She gradually let go of Lu Yushi. Seeing that she had calmed down, her breathing and pulse also became weak. Lu Yushi broke out in a cold sweat. Don't fall asleep. Hey, answer me. What's your name? Did you give Xiao Buddy a nickname? Lu Yushi tried her best to use the most primitive language to keep her awake. Tang Jinjing smiled blissfully as she touched her stomach. The cold sweat on her forehead shone. My name is Tang Jinjing. I haven't thought of Xiao Buddian's name yet. I plan to get her father to give her a name. Tang Jinjing's voice became weaker and weaker. Lu Yushi couldn't care less. She disregarded her image and shouted at the top of her voice, "Someone, help! Is anyone there?" She tried her best to save Tang Jinjing, but no one responded. She looked at Tang Jinjing, who was very weak, but she did not dare to leave her. She was afraid that she would pass out and lose the fetus in adults. Lu Yushi had no choice but to choose the stupidest method. Can you still walk? We need to go outside. There's no one here, so there's no way to help us. Tang Jinjing nodded with difficulty. For the sake of the child, she had to endure the pain. Lu Yushi helped her up with great difficulty. She helped her to walk towards the crowded place step by step. However, just as she reached the door, Tang Jinjing could not help but slip away from Lu Yushi. Hey, Miss Tang, don't sleep. Hey! Lu Yushi screamed several times, but Tang Jinjing, who had fainted on the ground, did not respond. Lu Yushi said, "Someone help. Someone fainted here." Perhaps the hall was behind this door, so when she shouted, almost everyone looked in this direction. The store manager hurriedly brought the waiter over. What happened? Just as Yang Ran had said, the store manager was indeed gentle-looking, worthy of the word talented. But now is not the time to look at people, but to save them. Quick, it's a pregnant woman. Call 120 quickly. The store manager hurriedly instructed the store staff to make a call, and he was also very anxious to help. May I ask how I can help you? The ambulance hasn't arrived yet. Quickly find a place to let her lie down. Lu Yushi's furrowed brows had never relaxed. Suddenly, Tang Jinjing opened her eyes and began to breathe hard, and then it became weaker and weaker until it gradually stopped breathing. Lu Yushi was shocked. Quick, everyone spread out and let her breathe. However, a few seconds had passed, but Tang Jinjing still did not breathe again. Lu Yushi breathed her last. "Miss Tang, wake up." There was no response. Lu Yushi felt that Tang Jinjing had stopped breathing on her own. "Where's the ambulance? Why isn't it here yet?" The shop assistant said. "The first batch of workers repair the road. In addition, it was rush hour, so they were stuck on the road." Damn it. Lu Yushi cursed in her heart. The golden time for resuscitation was 4 minutes. They could not delay any longer. "Quick, everyone, spread out a little more. Don't stand around and watch." As Lu Yushi spoke, she laid Tang Jinjing flat and carried out the most basic resuscitation. Tang Jinjing still did not wake up despite being pressed many times. Many people thought that Lu Yushi was fooling around. They thought that she must be the kind of person who had never eaten pork before and had never seen a pig run before. However, they were wrong because those who had eaten pork might not have seen a pig run before. The reason why Lu Yushi knew these things was all because of her aunt, the doctor. In the past, she had always said that it was useless for her aunt to teach her these things, but now it seemed that it was very useful. Cough, cough. Very soon, Tang Jinjing started to gasp. "She's awake. She actually woke her up. She's really amazing." Yeah, you really can't judge a book by its cover. The crowd immediately rang with praises. Lu Yushi let out a sigh of relief. "Miss Tang, are you all right? You almost scared me to death just now. You can't let anything happen to your baby." "I'm fine, it's just that my stomach hurts so much." Tang Jinjing started to moan again in a weak voice. Lu Yushi heard that she had a stomachache, so she looked under her stomach. She wouldn't know if she didn't look, but when she did, it really gave her a fright. The amniotic fluid broke. "How did this happen? Miss Tang, when is your due date?" Tang Jinjing was in a lot of pain. "It seems to be next week." It seemed that the fall just now had caused her to bring the birth date forward. "How do you feel now? Can you endure until the ambulance arrives?" No, I can't. I'm in so much pain now. Am I going to die?" Tang Jinjing was in so much pain that she couldn't care less. "Bear with it a little longer. The ambulance will be here in a few minutes." Lu Yushi comforted her. Tang Jinjing gritted her teeth and endured. However, after a few minutes, the ambulance didn't arrive. Moreover, Tang Jinjing couldn't help but call out. Lu Yushi said, "Miss Tang, I know you're in a lot of pain right now. Can you do it? Also, do you trust me? If you trust me, I'm willing to help you before the ambulance arrives. Otherwise, I really can't wait any longer." Tang Jinjing grabbed Lu Yushi again and said, "Come on." Hearing this, Lu Yushi did not wait for a moment and immediately said to the store manager, "You, quickly get someone to prepare disinfectant, scissors, fire, warm water, and physiological saline. Most importantly, quickly get someone to prepare the bed and really move her over." The customers all ran over to watch the show. The waiters were ordered by the store manager to prepare things. Yang Ran, who had not seen Lu Yu all this while, suddenly came over and asked, "Xiaoxi, what happened to you? What happened?" "Xiao Ran, you're just in time. You have to help me later." Yang Ran saw Tang Jinjing lying on the ground and was very confused. "What's going on?" "Lu Yu's, it's nothing. I'll explain it to you later. The most important thing now is to help her deliver the baby." Deliver the baby? No way. Xiaoxi, don't be so arrogant. How come I've never heard of you knowing this before? Yang Ran was not the only one who was surprised. The customers around her widened their eyes. No way. This girl did not know how to deliver the baby. Could she really deliver the baby at first? Everyone didn't trust her, but Tang Jinjing kept asking Lu Yu to hurry up. She couldn't help it. Lu Yushi saw her trust and said, "Don't worry, I won't let you down." Very soon, the store manager sent someone to place Tang Jinjing in a quiet and empty place. None of the customers in the hall left. They discussed various versions of the story one after another, ordering dishes one after another. All of them were waiting for the results. On the other side, the store manager quickly prepared everything. Lu Yu arranged another task for him, which was to contact her family. Although the store manager ran such a big store, he felt like he was doing his job honestly. Lu Yu dispersed everyone, leaving only the dumbfounded Yang Ran behind. "Xiao Ran, you have to help me." "Xiaoxi, I'm afraid. Because she had never experienced it before, Yang Ran's voice was trembling. Lu Yushi patted Yang Ran's hand and comforted her. Xiao Ran, don't be afraid. Even Miss Tang is not afraid. Let's not be afraid. We can only succeed. We cannot fail. Okay, Yang Ran said seriously. Go and talk to Miss Tang now. Try not to let her fall asleep. On the contrary, you have to ignite your maternal instinct to protect the child. Lu Yushi handed the first task to her. At the same time, she also let her relax when she spoke. Lu Yushi pulled a piece of white cloth and covered Tang Jingjing's body. She lifted her legs and pulled the cloth to bury her head in it. Not good. The opening of the uterus had reached 5 fingers. The uterus was also contracting intensely. It seemed that she had to prepare for the delivery as soon as possible. To be honest, Lu Yushi was really nervous. She had never given birth before, let alone delivered a baby. This task was difficult for her, but the ambulance was late and there was no doctor present, so she could only accept this task. Lu Yushi knew that if she failed, there was a high chance that 1 body and 2 lives would be lost, and she only had a 50% chance of success. This was not taught to her by her aunt, but in her previous life when she was very fond of children and was about to get married to Lin Yuan. Her desire to have children became more and more urgent. Then, she went to sign up for a maternity training class. The teacher had told her what to do when she encountered such a situation and had demonstrated it many times. However, she had always been right about the models in the past. Now, facing a real person, she really felt like retreating. However, when she heard Tang Jingjing's pained expression, Lu Yushi closed her eyes and gritted her teeth. She was going to fight it out. Miss Tang, don't be nervous. You can do it. Now do as I say. Breathe in deeply. Breathe in deeply. Lu Yushi's heart ached for the woman in front of her. For the sake of her baby, she had just been pulled back from the door of life and death. She was clearly very weak, but she still had to go through another life and death experience. She was a great mother. Ah, it hurts. It hurts so much. Tang Jingjing's forehead broke out in cold sweat because of the pain. Miss Tang, you have to bear with it. When the baby comes out, you will definitely be very happy. The baby will definitely be very cute. For the sake of the baby, you have to hold on. Yang Ran held Tang Jingjing's hand dutifully and kept talking to give her strength. Tang Jingjing's family, who had been notified by the store manager, rushed over and happened to hear this painful scream. The first to break down was Tang Jingjing's husband, He Fusey. Jingjing, what's wrong? Don't worry about Exine. I'm here. He Fusey wanted to go in and accompany Tang Jingjing, but was stopped by 2 waiters guarding the door. I'm sorry, sir, you can't go in. He Fusey was furious and said, What right do you have to stop me? I'm her husband. My wife is in so much pain inside. It's wrong for me to go in. The waiter said expressionlessly. Miss Lu said that other than the medical staff, even if the emperor himself came, he would still stop me outside. Let me in, move aside. No matter how much he struggled, the waiter still refused to move aside. When He Fusey heard this cry, he fell to the ground in pain at the same time. He said, Jingjing, I've let you down. I knew that today was our 5th wedding anniversary, but I was too busy with work to have dinner with you. Please don't let anything happen to you. If anything were to happen to you, what do you want me to do in the future? He Fusey was close to the door and felt that he could hear the voices inside more clearly. He secretly swore that no matter what happened in the future, he would not let them suffer. At the same time, Tang Jingjing's mother-in-law was so nervous that she kept praying. Bodhisattva, please bless me. Don't let anything happen to my good wife. She is filial to her in-laws and thinks of us in everything she does. Everything is for our own good. Now that she is like this, you have to protect her. Tang Jingjing's father-in-law sat at the side with a serious expression. You rascal. If anything happens to my wife and grandson, I won't forgive you. All right, old man, such a big thing has happened, and my son isn't feeling well either. Madam, he quickly chimed in, afraid that the father and son would quarrel again once they were unhappy. Oldie snorted coldly and sat there sulking. It was not peaceful outside, but it was still chaotic inside. Okay, Miss Tang, you push harder now. Xiao Ran, you push her stomach. Lu Yushi's fearless guidance did not make Yang Ran feel at ease. Xiao Shi, I don't know how to do it. Xiao Ran was at a loss, not knowing where to start. Xiao Ran, not everyone is born with a certain ability. They learn it through nurture. So work hard, Xiao Ran. Yang Ran, okay. Lu Yushi, harder, Miss Tang, harder. Ah, a painful persistence. Xiao Ran, quick, push from above to my side. Lu Yushi stuck her head under Tang Jingjing's crotch to see if the baby's head had come out. Come out quickly, Miss Tang, harder, harder. Tang Jingjing tried to faint several times, but she couldn't because of the immense pain under her body. Tang Jingjing exerted all her strength. Yes, that's it. Use more strength, quick. Lu Yushi looked at Tang Jingjing, who was about to faint, and had no choice but to force her. She was afraid that if she fainted at any time, the child would be in danger of suffocating. Lu Yushi quickly spoke to her. Miss Tang, why did you fall there? Upon hearing Lu Yushi's question, Tang Jingjing answered sadly. Today is the 5th anniversary of my husband and I's marriage. He was busy with work, so I came to the place where we had our first date. Who knew that I accidentally tripped and fell there? Lu Yushi only wanted her to speak clearly. She did not expect to hit the nail on the head. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to ask. Lu Yushi did not know how to explain. It's okay. I also know that you did this to prevent me from passing out. I won't blame you. Tang Jingjing expressed her understanding. Since you know my purpose, then you must do your best for the baby and for him. Yes, for the baby and for a happy family. I must do my best, Tang Jingjing said quietly. Tang Jingjing used all her strength. Tang Jingjing used so much strength that the baby's head was halfway out. Just a little more, Miss Tang. Just a little more. Lu Yushi gritted her teeth and said. Yang Ren also nervously pushed harder. Wawa dash. With a burst of crying, the baby finally fell to the ground. Lu Yu looked at the new life in front of her in disbelief. An inexplicable happiness made her not know what to do next. Xiao Shi, you did it. Yang Ran was so excited that she was incoherent. Yes, she did it. She used her unfamiliar skills to welcome the birth of a life. She seemed to be too excited and even forgot to cut the umbilical cord. Quick, Xiao Ran, bring the sterilizing scissors and gauze over. The baby's cries also made Tang Jingjing's family members, who were praying to the gods and Buddhas outside, burst into tears of joy. Tang Jingjing's mother-in-law quickly thanked her. Bodhisattva, please bless us. Bodhisattva, please bless us. Tang Jingjing's father-in-law's solemn expression also changed. As expected of the He family's child, his cry is very loud. He got up happily. Jingjing. Xiao Ran, bring that piece of soft cloth over and wrap it around the baby. After the excitement, Lu Yushi went into a state of mind to deal with it. After all, she had also heard how loud a man was shouting outside. Tang Jingjing lay on the bed and looked weakly at the little thing in Lu Yushi's arms. She said, Can you give me a hug? Lu Yushi smiled as she looked at the little baby who was still crying loudly. She placed him next to Tang Jingjing and said, It's a boy baby. His cries are very loud. Tang Jingjing looked at the little baby gently. Baby, you're hurting mommy so much. Tang Jingjing looked at Lu Yushi and said, Thank you. Without you, I don't know what I would do. Maybe we will die here. Lu Yushi shook her head with a smile. It's okay. Actually, it wasn't my fault. It was you who gritted your teeth and persevered. Jingjing, get out of the way. Let me in, Jingjing. Fuzi shout from outside the door finally reached Tang Jingjing's ears. Tang Jingjing could not stop crying. Baby, Daddy is here. Daddy still loves us. Lu Yushi secretly walked to the door and opened it with a creak. Fuzi saw the door open and rushed in without caring about anything else. Compared to Tang Jingjing's father-in-law, Hiligay, and his mother-in-law, Jolina, who saw Lu Yushi open the door and come out, they were very confused. Didn't they say that the doctor was inside? Why was there a girl inside? What was going on? Elder, he asked. Miss, you are? When Lu Yushi saw the person who suddenly appeared, she was shocked. Hee. My name is Lu Yushi. I am a student of Lin Huang. Lu Yushi? What a familiar name. I seem to have heard it somewhere before. Jolina tried to recall where she had heard this name before, but she still could not remember. Lu Yushi looked at the two people who were staring at her, looking up and down. She was very embarrassed. Well, a baby boy can go in. Both mother and son are safe. Jolina, that's great. Our he family has a child. Although elder, he was very happy. He did not show it. Instead, he stared at Lu Yushi tightly. Why did you come out from inside? Well, I'm here to help. Lu Yushi answered unhurriedly. In fact, her heart had been beating rapidly. Looking at his serious expression, she was afraid that he would tell him that she was delivering the baby later. He felt that if he got angry, he would slap her to death. All right, old man, don't look at her so seriously. You scared her. Jolina looked at Lu Yushi's stunned expression and quickly pulled him in. Lu Yushi heaved a sigh of relief and adjusted herself. She then asked the waiter who had been guarding the place, "Has the ambulance arrived yet?" The waiter was very respectful towards the girl who was younger than him. They had witnessed the situation just now. First was the unconscious rescue of the pregnant woman, then the delivery. They had to admit that this girl was really amazing. The waiter said very honestly, "Not yet, and there's no sound of an ambulance outside." Lu Yushi was a little nervous when she heard this. Although the mother and son were safe, the mother and son's condition was still unstable. The ambulance did not even take a minute, and they were already in danger. Seeing He Fuzi rush in, Tang Jinjing smiled quietly. "You're here. Jinjing, I've let you down. I shouldn't have not come with you. I almost caused you to get into trouble. I'm a bastard." He Fuzi kept scolding himself. However, Tang Jinjing did not blame him. She gently placed her hand on his face. "Silly, why would I blame you? Men always put their career first. It's normal for you to ignore us. Why would I blame you?" "Jinjing, thank you." As she said that, she grabbed her hand and kissed it gently. While the sound of the baby crying made the two of them look at each other and laugh. Why is my grandson crying like this and no one is hugging him? He's crying so much that my heart aches." Jolina heard her precious grandson crying and hugged him with her heart aching. "Mom, Dad, you're here." Tang Jinjing wanted to sit up as she spoke, but she was stopped by Elder He. "You just gave birth, it's better for you to lie down." Looking at the sweet family in front of her, young Ran smiled bitterly. Did they really not see her? She rubbed her nose and went out in embarrassment. "Dad, why don't you give the child a big name?" Tang Jinjing's weak voice made He Fuzi's heart ache. Elder He thought for a moment and said, "Let's just call him Y. It doesn't have any special meaning. It's just something I came up with at the last minute." "He Fuzi," Jolina said helplessly. "I say, old man, if I give you a name, you have to be a little more technical, okay? I think it's pretty good. Let's call you Ibai." No one is allowed to say it anymore. He Fuzi displayed his authority as the head of the family, and the others didn't know whether to laugh or cry. They didn't dare to disagree, afraid that he would give them other names that were unsightly. Tang Jinjing said, "Okay, let's listen to Dad. Let's call you Ibai. Fusi will give you a nickname." He Fuzi thought for a moment, but he still couldn't think of anything good to say. "I suddenly haven't thought of it yet. Let's wait until I think of it first." In the past, Elder He had led troops to war, and speed was their motto. Now, his son's hesitant look made him gnash his teeth in anger. How useless. I can't even think of a name. According to me, it should be called Pup. It's nice and easy to raise. He Fuzi. Jolina. Tang Jinjing. Dad, there's no rush for a name. Let Fusi think about it slowly. Tang Jinjing really didn't want her precious son to be called Pup every day. If her son was called Pup, then wouldn't she be called Pup's mother? She didn't want that. "Why? From now on, you'll be called Y. Do you like it?" Jolina hugged her grandson and kept talking, feeling like she had a lot to say. "It's so cute. It reminds me of how obedient Fusi was when he was young." Tang Jinjing looked at her child with a smile. Suddenly, Tang Jinjing noticed with her sharp eyes, "Mom, why is the child's face turning purple? Why is the child not crying?" Jolina was still happily hugging her precious grandson. When she heard her daughter-in-law say that, she quickly looked, who knew that the child didn't even breathe. Jolina's voice trembled in fear. The child is not breathing." Boom! The sudden news and the child's loud crying just now made Tang Jingjing not believe it at all. No, it's impossible. How is it possible? It's impossible. As she had just given birth, her body was really weak and she fainted from excitement. No, it's impossible. He Fusi was stunned. Jolina's hand that was holding the child was trembling. It's impossible. It's impossible. My little grandson was crying so loudly just now. It's impossible. Although elder he was sad, he shouted for the overall situation. All right, stop crying. Go and find a doctor quickly. See if he can be saved. Elder He's stern reminder made Jolina realize immediately, yes, yes, find a doctor, find a doctor. As she said that, she put the child beside Tang Jingjing and rushed out. Doctor, doctor, come quickly. Help! Lu Yushi and Yang Ran, who were still lingering at the door, saw it and felt very strange. Yang Ran, what happened? Quick, call a doctor. My grandson is dying. Jolina's words made Lu Yushi's heart beat violently. The thing she was worried about had indeed been discovered. The child would indeed suffer from respiratory obstruction because it was too early. As expected, something had happened. Before Jolina could finish her sobbing, she immediately said to Yang Ran, Xiao Ran, quick, go and see if the ambulance has arrived. Quick. Oh, okay. After saying that, she ran out without turning her head. Lu Yushi did not dawdle and hurriedly went in to see what was going on. Jolina was left at the door, calling for a doctor. The two waiters guarding the door couldn't stand it anymore and kindly reminded her, Madam, the ambulance hasn't arrived yet, so there's no doctor here. It's over. There's no doctor for my grandson. The words, there's no doctor, repeatedly echoed in Jolina's mind, and she fell to the ground, unable to regain her senses for a long time. Lu Yushi rushed in and saw the child next to her mother. Without saying a word, she carried the child to the smooth table and used her fastest speed to unwrap the wrap around the baby. She pressed her thumb on the baby's chest and placed her 4 fingers on the baby's back. She used her thumb to press down. While pressing down, she also had to pay attention to her strength and perform artificial breathing. When Fuzi saw this scene, he asked, What are you doing? What are you doing to my son? Old master, he stared at Lu Yushi with a sharp gaze. After many years of experience in the rain of gunfire outside, it seemed that this girl was saving his precious grandson. Thus, he stopped Fuzi, who wanted to stop her, and said, Don't go. She's saving someone. Lu Yushi seemed to have forgotten everything around her and only focused on the baby in front of her. To be honest, she was very afraid. Her hands kept shaking from the pressure. She was afraid that she would not be able to save her. She did not want this happy family to be broken into pieces. Time passed by minute, but there was still no reaction. Fuzi seemed to have felt that there was no turning back. He was so sad that he could not say anything. This kind of emotion was stuck in his heart, but he could not say it out loud. He could only rely on shouting to vent. Old master, he also shook his head helplessly. He was a good grandson, but he had just arrived in this world and already left. How could he, who was half buried, accept this? Grandson, grandfather has let you down. I originally thought that your return would give grandfather a successor, but I didn't expect. Even so, Lu Yushi was unwilling to give up. Her thumb did not stop. Baby, wake up quickly. As she said this, she began to perform artificial suction. Lu Yushi's finger pressed down faster and faster, but she did not give up. Perhaps Lu Yushi was too excited, so she pressed down harder than before. All of a sudden, her airway was cleared, and the baby cried out. Wah! While although the cry was very weak, it did come out. Lu Yushi covered her mouth in agitation. The father and son, who were already in despair, suddenly widened their eyes when they heard the weak cry. Grandson, my grandson! He's crying, he's crying. They were so agitated that they wanted to hug him, but they were stopped by Lu Yushi. No, don't go near him. He wants to be very weak, so there can't be any fluctuations. Okay, I won't touch him. I won't touch him. Fusi didn't dare to say another word as the girl in front of him had saved his son. Jolina walked in like a dead body. She was still muttering, No doctor, no doctor. Old woman, don't be sad. Listen, elder, he turned her body to face the baby. He's crying, he's crying. Jolina could not express her thoughts in words. All her emotions turned into tears. At this moment, Elder, he asked, if there's no doctor, then who delivered the baby? Lu Yushi said embarrassedly, that it's me. What? It's you? The three of them said in unison. Yes. The three people's questions gave Lu Yushi a fright. They wouldn't blame their baby for getting into an accident, would they? Xiaoxi, the ambulance is here. Yang Ran appeared in time to save Lu Yushi, who was in deep trouble. Quick, let them in. Old He completely forgot his question. Lu Yushi saw the medical staff make a space when they came in and let them put Tang Jinjing and the baby on the stretcher. What's the situation? The doctor who followed them took out the medical records and the people on the scene to understand the situation. Lu Yushi said, the pregnant woman, Tang Jinjing, was scheduled in advance because of a fall. She lost her breathing before giving birth and was successfully saved. The baby stopped breathing for more than a minute because of lack of oxygen, but it started breathing again 5 minutes before you arrived. The doctor looked at Lu Yushi in surprise. This girl did not look big, but she could express all the information she wanted. Then may I ask which doctor delivered the baby and saved it? It's me, Lu Yushi answered again. Dr. Du's pen stopped writing. He thought that there was a doctor, but he did not expect. It's you? At that time, the situation was quite urgent, so there was nothing I could do, so... Lu Yushi explained. Are you a medical student? Dr. Du asked. No, I'm just a student at Lin Huang High School, Lu Yushi said in a lower and lower voice, becoming less and less confident. Dr. Du found it more and more unbelievable. Since you don't study medicine, how do you know all this? My aunt taught me this. Yes, my aunt taught me this. Dr. Du looked at Lu Yushi and said, since you're the first witness, come with me to the hospital. Okay. Xiaoxi, you go ahead. I'll go tell the news later. They might be on the second floor and don't know the situation on the first floor, Yang Ran said. All right then. I'll go with you to the hospital. If it's late, you guys can leave first. Dr. Du looked at the He family members behind him and asked, who's the family member? A family member will follow. I'm her husband. I'll go. He Fuzi took the initiative to say. As they followed Dr. Du out, some of the customers in the shop secretly pulled Lu Yushi and asked, little girl, how is it? What's the situation now? Yeah, I'm very curious too. Lu Yushi smiled and said, aunties, don't worry. It's a baby boy, right? I told you it's a boy. They left the crowd's discussion and followed the ambulance to the hospital. At the hospital, Doctor, how's my wife and child? He Fuzi and the He couple, who had just arrived, asked nervously. Lu Yushi, who was at the side, also went up to them. There are no major problems. They've already been transferred to a normal ward. As for the child, he's in the incubator. It's only because he's just been born that he's not used to the temperature outside. That's why there's a lack of oxygen. Fortunately, we managed to save him in time. Otherwise, we really wouldn't have been able to save him. Jolina was a little shocked by the doctor's words. Thank you, doctor. The doctor, yes. Elder, he suddenly turned his head and said to Lu Yushi, thank you, young lady. You saved my precious grandson. If you have any requests, feel free to mention them. He will definitely do as I say. Lu Yushi was a little overwhelmed by this sudden gratitude. That it's fine. It's just a small matter. I don't have any requests. All right, since there's nothing else, I should go back. Lu Yushi felt that she had already done what she had to do, so she said goodbye and wanted to leave. Elder, he hurriedly stopped her. Young lady, wait a moment. Lu Yushi stopped in her tracks, puzzled. Elder, he handed her a business card. This is something that my son gave me last month, something called a business card. At first, I thought it was troublesome, but now it's just right to give it to you. Since you don't need a reward, then call me if you need any help. I'll definitely help if I can do it. Lu Yushi took it after looking at it and put it into her pocket. I got it, I'm leaving. After Lu Yushi left the hospital, she did not choose to return to Calixiang. Instead, she chose to go home. However, when she touched her pocket, she realized that she was done for. Her backpack had been left there. She was now penniless, and she did not bring her cell phone with her. How was she going to go back? She glanced at the hospital entrance behind her. She could not go back and ask for the taxi fare now, right? Come on. She would not do such a shameful thing. According to young Rant's idle plot, shouldn't there be a handsome boy appearing now? Why didn't she see him? Forget it. She would not fantasize about such an unscientific thing. Anyway, it was not very far from home. She could walk back. It was dark. She just had to pray that she would not run into any hooligans. The hospital was not far from home, but there was still a distance. However, this distance was not the street, but some construction sites that were being specially built. Knowing that there was no one around, Lu Yushi's hair stood on end. How could she be so stupid? She could have just taken a taxi to her home and paid for it. Now, that there was such a long distance between her and her home, she was really stupid. Suddenly, the sound of a car entered Lu Yushi's ears. There was more than one car. There seemed to be 7 or 8 of them. Lu Yushi cried out in her heart. This was not good. What she was afraid of came true. Lu Yushi quickly walked back, wanting to avoid this unnecessary trouble. But how could human strength outrun a car? Sure enough, a few yellow-haired men and women had their eyes set on Lu Yushi, the prey. Boss, this woman is not bad. A yellow-haired man looked at Lu Yushi and said in a daze. However, he was slapped on the head by a red-haired woman in the back seat. D***, you still want to see other women after having me. You want to F***king and your children and grandchildren, right? The yellow-haired man immediately understood and did not say a word. At this time, the man and woman in the lead motorcycle walked down arrogantly. The man in the lead said, "She is quite good-looking. Look at her fair skin. People can't help but want to kiss her." The woman in the lead gritted her teeth in jealousy. The man who dared to seduce her must have lived long enough. The things that I, Li Weiwei, am interested in won't attract anyone's attention. Li Weiwei said, "Boss, you shouldn't be interested in this woman, right?" The man who called her boss said helplessly, "I am not interested." How was he not interested? It was just that he was stopped by Li Weiwei and did not dare to make a move. If it was not because he saw that she was Li Huang's daughter, he would have dumped her long ago. Li Weiwei revealed a dangerous smile. Since boss is not interested, then I shall reward the brothers below. Lu Yushi looked at the woman who was pointing fingers at her. She could not bear to look at her and rolled her eyes. It was not your fault that her hair was so ugly, and it was not your fault that she was wearing thick makeup. However, it was your fault that she was smiling so disgustingly. Li Weiwei saw Lu Yushi's subtle expression and grabbed her chin. Rolling your eyes? You're very bold. You want to throw away your eyes, right? Lu Yushi was not afraid at all. She struggled free of her hand and even laughed sarcastically. Hee hee, what eye do you have to give me away? Who do you think you are? Everyone sucked in a breath of cold air. This woman was so fearless. Li Weiwei was famous for her viciousness. As long as she hated someone, they would either get pounded or be stopped halfway and sent to the hospital. Li Weiwei said angrily, "You be asterisk, how dare you talk to me like that? Do you think you have lived too long?" Lu Yushi continued to ignore her. She was just a little gangster. She did not look too old, but she was extremely arrogant. Li Weiwei was so angry that her face turned red. "Xiao Dao, bring me a knife. Today, I will let her see how powerful I, Li Weiwei, am." "Xiao Dao, yes, Sister Weiwei. But Sister Weiwei, isn't this too much?" After all, she was a beautiful woman. Of course, Xiao Dao did not say this out loud. "Cut the crap. If I tell you to bring it over, then bring it over. If you waste any more time, I'll cut your face." Li Weiwei's eyes seemed to have turned red from anger. Li Weiwei arrogantly raised the control knife in her hand. "You're pretty, aren't you? I'll let you use the white knife in and the red knife out." Lu Yushi thought that she was just joking. Who knew that she would really bring out a knife? Looking at the crowd surrounding her, Lu Yushi frowned. The red-haired girl said sarcastically, "What? Are you afraid? Weren't you quite arrogant just now? Why aren't you saying anything now?" I'm afraid. I wouldn't be afraid of you. Lu Yushi, wouldn't be afraid even if I died. Why would I be afraid of you? Are you guys thinking too much?" The red-haired girl seemed to have been angered as well. She spat, "Big sister, destroy her." Pa! A loud slap landed on Lu Yushi's face. This made Lu Yushi completely stunned. She was only focused on talking to the red-haired girl, so she carelessly let Li Weiwei slap her. This slap made everyone laugh. Ah, look at that cheap look. She should have been slapped a long time ago. That's right. She dares to go against our big sister. She's tired of living. Li Weiwei made a gesture of retracting, and everyone instantly quieted down. Boss, Weiwei, what do you plan to do with her now? Li Weiwei turned the small knife in her hand. The light from the small knife reflected on her face, looking very terrifying in the dark. She smiled coldly. It's too easy for you to ruin your looks. Small knife, take it down. I'll leave it to you guys. Xiao Dao and the others gave Lu Yushi a dirty smile. Lu Yushi was shocked. The word rape jumped into her mind. Impossible, this shouldn't be. She remembered that she was ordered by Lin Yuan in her previous life. He still didn't know Lin Yuan, so this shouldn't have happened. Could it be that she had never saved anyone in her previous life, nor had she ever walked in the dark? So the result was like this? The man called Xiao Dao and a few other men slowly approached Lu Yushi. Lu Yushi began to feel afraid and kept shaking her head. However, no one came out to stop her. Instead, they were enjoying the show. Looking at the few men who were approaching her, Lu Yushi started to feel a little afraid. After all, 2 fists were no match for 4 hands. Little sister, don't worry. Come with us. I won't let you suffer tonight. The words of the man on Lu Yushi's right made her want to vomit. Xiao Dao saw the opportunity and grabbed Lu Yushi's wrist. At the same time, the other 2 thugs also grabbed her other hand and one grabbed her shoulders. What are you doing? Let go of me. Lu Yushi's pupils dilated. The memories of her previous life resurfaced in her mind. She struggled with all her strength, but she still could not break free. Yo, this chick is really hot. We like her, haha. The man who grabbed her teased. Cut the crap, Xiao Dao. Go to the warehouse at the back. I'll give you half an hour, Li Weiwei said angrily. Sister Weiwei, half an hour is too little. There are 4 or 5 of us. We're not impotent, Xiao Dao complained. You still have 29 minutes. Li Weiwei looked at her watch mercilessly. Xiao Dao anxiously said to the other gangsters, quickly bring her to the warehouse. Let me go, let me go. The struggle was too weak, so Lu Yushi could only be dragged along. Xiao ran. Where are you? I'm scared. Come quickly. Someone save her. Bam! Xiao Dao landed on the side with a flying kick, groaning in pain. Who the F***CK is it? Who kicked me? Heibu straightened his collar and stared coldly at everyone present. I. Lu Yushi heard a familiar voice and turned around. It's him. Is he all right? Li Weiwei looked at this man. His beautiful eyes, fair skin, and black clothes made him mysterious. His movements were so perfect that even men would go crazy looking at him. Although he was very handsome, the person who kicked her was not right. Li Weiwei said, I wonder what this gentleman is doing. I don't think my people have offended you. Heibu shifted his gaze to Li Weiwei and said, let her go. You want me to let her go? What do you think I, Li Weiwei, am? Ling Hu Jing, who was following behind Heibu, looked at Heibu's gaze. He stepped forward decisively and shot towards the gangster who had grabbed Lu Yushi. With a flash of his gaze, the gangster fell to the side. Everyone was stunned. So fast. Before Lu Yushi could understand what had happened, she had already stood beside Heibu. She secretly turned her head to look at him. Her serious and cold expression made it hard for her to guess. The boss stepped forward. Who are you guys? Do you know whose territory this is? Heibu took Lu Yushi's hand and turned to leave, ignoring the voices behind him. Lu Yushi raised her eyes and looked up at Heibu in surprise. Then, she moved to the hand that was being held tightly. The warmth of her hand was something that she could not ignore. She did not know why she felt at ease by his side. The moment he held her hand, Heibu was not calm. Her hand was so small and soft. His hand wrapped around it in an instant, making him wish that time would stop at this moment forever. Stop, did I ask you to leave? Li Weiwei's jealous voice sounded behind him. He had actually held her hand. From the moment he thought of it, as long as she, Li Weiwei, wanted something, there was nothing that he could not get. Heibu stopped in his tracks, but he did not turn his head. You can leave, but this woman must stay, Li Weiwei smiled contemptuously. Hey Bu turned his head expressionlessly, but his hand was still holding Lu Yushi's hand, causing Lu Yushi's face to turn red again and again. What if I say no? His sharp gaze made everyone cower in fear. HMPH, if you don't do as I say, I will let you know the consequences of not listening to me. No one responded to Li Weiwei's threat. However, the red-haired girl could not help but interrupt. I think you should be more sensible. Big Sister's father is Third Master Li Huang. If you let go of this girl, you can leave on your own. Otherwise, I guarantee that you won't be able to stay in city any longer. Hey Bu sneered and smirked. Jing, Li Huang is one of your subordinates, right? What do you plan to do? I know what to do. Just like Hey Bu, Linghu Jing's personality was similar to his indifference. Linghu Jing was 1 year older than Heibu. He was adopted by Heibu's grandfather since he was young. He was cowardly and afraid of trouble, but he was beaten awake by Heibu. His real name was Linghu Jing, so he was named Linghu Jing. He grew up with Heibu and was trained with Heibu by his grandfather. Although he was slightly weaker than Heibu, he was not weaker than anyone. He was most proud of his agility. In order to repay the He family for raising him for so many years, Linghu Jing did not have the talent of a He descendant, but he relied on his hard work and graduated from Harvard the same year as the Heibu. From then on, he guarded the Heibu's side, doing his duty and risking his life. The Heibu did not stay any longer. They turned around and left with Lu Yushi. Hey, who told you to leave? Hey! No matter how much Li Weiwei shouted, the people who left ignored her. Li Weiwei said unwillingly, Chase them. Stop. Linghu Jing stopped everyone. The boss said, Do you want to die? Stop anyone's car. Get lost. Linghu Jing said with a cold smile, Fong Jiagong, nicknamed Boss, is a soldier under Li Huang. Recently, he has been quite close to his daughter, Li Weiwei. Currently, they are lovers. You, how do you know my original name? Tell me, who are you? Very few people knew what the boss's original name was, so when Linghu Jing said it, you were actually extremely excited. The aura of that man and this person were not ordinary, so they could not be underestimated. Of course, Linghu Jing knew. The information he had just asked for and the watch communicator had all been obtained in an instant. It had to be said that the Hei family's power had increased again. Do you want to know my name? I'm afraid you won't be able to see it. Linghu Jing's words made him shiver. At this moment, Envoy Linghu, I didn't know that you had come to this city. Sorry for not welcoming you. I'm really sorry. I don't know what happened to make you so anxious to find me. Li Huang's arrival had frightened the hooligans present. It was over. The situation was serious. This person actually knew Third Master. Dad, you're here. You have to stand up for me. This stinky man bullied me just now, Li Weiwei said coquettishly. She thought she would get Li Huang's support, but she didn't expect Li Huang to scold her sternly. Nonsense. What nonsense are you talking about? Linghu Jing, the right envoy of the Tang and Tang Mafia, will bully a little girl like you. Who would believe you if you tell others? Li Huang, a small boss at the bottom of the gang, recruited soldiers and horses in City A and became a rather famous gang. He had never done anything immoral or against the rules of the gang. However, his daughter, Li Weiwei, had done a lot of immoral things. She destroyed people's faces, let the hooligans rape ignorant girls, and everything else. What, the gang Linghu Jing? All the hooligans were stunned when they heard this. You could not know who the mayor was, but you could not know the name of the gang. The gang was the largest gang organization in the country and abroad. Its existence was known by everyone. It would not plunder the people's livelihood, but rather deal with those corrupt high-ranking officials and use their embezzled money to do meaningful things or donate it. This was admirable, but the cross-border arms business of the gang made people terrified. Since the death of Old Master He a few years ago, the power of the gang had been thriving. Many dark forces were pulled down and firmly placed at the top. Many young gangsters were proud of joining the gang. And the gang's Linghu Jing was the right-hand man of the gang's leader, He Di. His fierceness was well known in the underworld. Xiao Dao was so shocked that his voice trembled all the time. Hey DDI, the one next to him, that just now, that couldn't be the legendary Hey D, right? No way, Xiao Dao, don't scare me. The little gangster was so scared that his face had turned white. Everyone was so scared that their legs had gone soft, and their heads were covered in cold sweat. Only Li Weiwei and the red-haired girl were the calmest. Dad, what are you afraid of him for? Isn't he from the gang? City is full of people from the gang. Why should I be afraid? Li Weiwei said without the slightest bit of fear. Slap. A merciless slap landed on Li Weiwei's face. Shut up. Li Huang's never-before-seen expression made Li Weiwei afraid. Dad was not convinced, but he trembled and did not dare to say another word. I'm really sorry. My daughter is not sensible enough to let you see a joke. Li Weiwei's behavior made Li Huang really embarrassed, so he could only apologize with a sullen face. Ling Hujing looked at Li Huang with a cold smile and did not say a word. It was this kind of expression that made Li Huang break out in cold sweat. Ling Hujing, you suddenly became so arrogant. I think the sect master is also nearby. Logically speaking, Ling Hujing was Heidi's right-hand man. When he appeared, Heidi would appear, so Li Huang made a bold guess. His words made the hooligan's legs go soft. According to Third Master Li, wasn't the man with a strong aura just now Heidi? They never thought that they would meet the always mysterious Heidi in such a situation. Indeed, Third Master Li is indeed smart. Just now, the sect master had already left. What exactly happened that caused the sect master to go through so much trouble? Li Huang asked in confusion. Ling Hujing looked at Li Weiwei with a gaze that could kill. You should ask your daughter about this. Li Huang looked at his daughter with a frightened look. It seemed that he couldn't ask her about it, so he asked, I wonder what happened to my daughter? Just now, Miss Li Weiwei used her right hand and hit Madam's face with a force of 9 layers. She even wanted to defile Madam. Madam? What Madam? Li Huang knew that the sect master couldn't get close to a woman, let alone a madam. A dignified woman of the gang's Heidi. Are you satisfied with this answer? This sentence made Li Huang's face turn pale. He immediately knelt on the ground and did not forget to drag Li Weiwei down. Li Huang deserves to die. He did not teach his daughter well and made her treat Madam with such a deranged manner. I hope he can forgive my daughter. I did not do it on purpose. Forgive? I do not dare to make a conclusion about this. Now the gang leader has brought Madam to examine her wound. If there is anything wrong, you know the gang leader's temper. After saying that, he waved his hand and left. There was a reason why Ling Hujing said that Lu Yushi was Madam. Just before Miss Lu's accident, an informant discovered that Miss Lu had gone down the dark road alone. With a single word, the Black Tribe sent people to protect her. Who knew that this would happen? After receiving the news, the Black Tribe rushed to the scene as quickly as possible. Ling Hujing had never seen him so nervous since he was young, other than a huge reaction when his grandfather passed away. Therefore, this woman must be very important to him. Looking at Ling Hujing's back view, Li Huang stood and wiped the cold sweat on his head. It's over now. Li Weiwei suddenly said coquettishly, Dad, what's going on? Isn't it just Ling Hujing and the gang? Is there a need to be in such a hurry? Almost all the gang members in city are at our disposal. We can kill them all in one fell swoop. What do you know? Do you know how powerful the gang is? Do you think the few hundred people we've gathered can kill them? I'm telling you, the people we've gathered are at most a drop in the ocean. The gang's influence extends to every corner of the country. Even the boss of the foreign organization X is his influence. Do you think that other than the people who follow us, there aren't any of them in city? Don't be too naive. If you fight them, you'll only be hitting a rock with an egg. When Li Weiwei heard Li Huang's words, she seemed to be frightened all of a sudden. Dad, what should we do now? I've hit that woman. She'll definitely take the opportunity to take revenge. Dad, you must save me. Now that you know how to save me, do you think that I don't know every time you do those things that hurt our people? I just don't have the time to care about you. If I offend Heidi, there won't be a good ending. Li Weiwei was shocked. Dad, don't scare me. You must save me. I'm your only daughter. You must save me. Li Huang suddenly smiled sinisterly. You are my only daughter. How could I let anything happen to you? HMPH. Don't think that I will work for the gang for the rest of my life. I heard that he would come to City A to deal with the spies. Recently, I have been gathering more troops and buying horses. I will take the opportunity to kill him before he has any influence in City A. As expected of my dad, he is indeed powerful. On the other side, Lu Yushi's face was slightly red as she looked at Hei Bu holding her hand. Hei Bu also noticed it and let go of her hand awkwardly. Lu Yushi was the first to break the awkwardness. Thank you for saving me. If you had come a little later, I'm afraid. Lu Yushi did not dare to continue. Hei Bu did not say a word. His heart ached as he looked at her blushing little face. He caressed it with his hand. Does it hurt? The warmth of Hei Bu's hand covered Lu Yushi's little face. Lu Yushi's useless face blushed again and again. It doesn't hurt, thank you. Lu Yushi secretly scolded herself for being useless. She felt that she should not have blushed so much. In her previous life, she had died because of a man's betrayal. She should not have believed in love. Why was her face blushing again and again? Lu Yushi asked tentatively, how was the incident with the firearms last time? Hei Bu's hand pulled Lu Yushi's face away and said, yes, there was indeed a large number of firearms there. The timely delivery of the firearms caught the enemy off guard, and they could only escape in a hurry. Lu Yushi heaved a sigh of relief. I was really worried that something would happen to you. This sentence made Hei Bu's heart tremble. 0. A second later, he regained his calm. But how did you know where there was a batch of firearms, and even guess that there would be a police inspection? Lu Yushi knew that he would ask this question, so she said naturally, oh, this was told to me by a classmate of mine. She said that her father was investigating some firearms case and suspected where there was one. Then, I didn't expect that you would encounter such a thing, so I told you one by one, but who knew that there really was one? Hee hee. Lu Yushi kept dodging her eyes, afraid that he would see something. It was unknown whether he believed it or not. Since you don't have anything else to do, I'll send you back. Lu Yushi nodded lightly. This was the only way to deal with the awkward atmosphere. The road was not very far away. He did not drive. He just walked quietly in front. Looking at his tall and slender back, Lu Yushi felt that he was very lonely. She wanted to hug him in her arms and protect him. His legs were very long. In order to match her footsteps, he deliberately took very small steps. The distance was not far, but perhaps it was because he was too silent. It felt like he had walked for a long time. We're here. Thank you. Do you want to go in and have a cup of tea? When they reached the door, Lu Yushi said something that even she felt was impossible. No, I'm leaving. She said it cleanly and without any reluctance to turn around. Lu Yushi looked at his back and felt very disappointed. She did not know if it was because of his rejection or because he did not turn around. The moment she turned around, he turned back and missed it. Do you think this is your house? If you want to eat, go to the kitchen and find something to eat. Don't you see what kind of person you are? Wang Maiha's sarcastic voice made Lu Yushi, who was changing her shoes at the entrance, frown. Ochi said in fear, I'm sorry, I thought I didn't want these leftovers, so I fried an egg fried rice. Since you don't want to eat it, Miss Wang, then I won't eat it. Humph, let me tell you, you're just a guest, not the host. Please pay attention to your behavior. Don't let others see it as a joke. Wang Maiha crossed her legs and looked at Ochi with disdain. Ochi was timid to begin with, so after hearing her words, he felt even more wronged. I'm sorry, I won't eat anymore. I won't eat anymore. I didn't do it on purpose, it's really not. I really won't eat anymore. Won't eat? Now that the food is ready, if you say you won't eat, isn't that a waste of food? Although our Lu family is rich, it's not up to an outsider like you to squander. Wang Maiha's words hit the nail on the head. Wang Maiha's words made Lu Yushi laugh. What did she mean by the Lu family, since when did she have a surname Lu? When it came to outsiders, she couldn't get away with it. Ochi's silent tears dripped down. Sorry, I'll eat it. I'll eat it right away. I won't waste it. The sound of the porcelain bowl falling to the ground was very loud. Wang Maiha looked proudly at the rice that she had pushed onto the ground. Aya, I'm really sorry. It just fell off accidentally like that. The maid, who was well-trained, wanted to pack up the things, but was stopped by Wang Maiha loudly. Don't move. Let her do it herself. The teacher said to do her own things. You guys better not rush to do it. Ochi's tears fell even harder. Where's the broom? Ah, what a joke, broom. Do you think that the marble floor of the Liu family can be swept with something like a broom? Then what should we use? Ochi felt wronged. Wang Maiha smirked. Kneel down and pick it up. Wang Maiha could not stand their wronged looks. The reason why she targeted her was because she was brought back by Liu Yushi. She did not dare to clean up Liu Yushi now, but she still had the ability to clean up a country bumpkin. Wang Maiha winked and a rag was handed to Oyuchi in time. The rag is right in front of you now. Deal with this disgusting thing immediately. Do you hear me? Wang Maiha covered her nose and pointed at the rice and fried rice that had fallen to the ground. Liu Yushi witnessed the beginning and the end of the matter. Liu Yushi knew that according to Wang Maiha's character, the reason why she bullied Oyuchi was entirely because she brought it back herself. There's no need to pick it up. Our Liu family can still afford to hire servants, and we don't even need guests to clean the floor. Sister, is this how you treat my guests? Liu Yushi called her sister, causing Wang Maiha, who was sitting on the sofa, to be stunned. She did not expect Liu Yushi to come back at such a crucial time. Was it really such a coincidence, or did she already know something? Wang Maiha immediately ran over and held Liu Yushi's hand. Liu Yushi frowned at this intimate action, but she did not want to alert the enemy, so she did not pull away. Sister, do you know this woman you brought back? She put on a show during dinner and did not eat. Now, at this time of the day, she actually went into the kitchen to cook. She only let her pick it up because she saw that she broke it. Sister, don't misunderstand. I really did not bully her. You have to believe me. Wang Maiha's ability to turn black into white was not fake. If Liu Yushi had not seen it with her own eyes, she would have believed her nonsense. Liu Yushi glanced at Ochi, wanting her to defend herself, but all she received was a teardrop. The Oyuchi I know is not like this. You're not slandering her, are you? Liu Yushi shifted her gaze to Wang Maiha and raised her doubts, wanting to see how she would explain herself. Wang Maiha looked away unnaturally. It's true, sister. I didn't lie to you. I really didn't. Ochi's tears flowed even more fiercely when she heard that, but he still didn't say anything to defend himself. This made Liu Yushi feel that she was timid, but she couldn't do anything about it. Sister, it's really dangerous for such a person to stay in your house. Next time, you might take something valuable when you're not paying attention. Wang Mai's sentence of your house had changed so quickly. She had just said that it was her house. It seemed that Wang Maiha wasn't a simple woman. Liu Yushi, all right, I got it. You can go back to your room first. I'll handle this matter. Liu Yushi cleverly sent Wang Maiha away. Seeing that she had achieved her goal, Wang Maiha went back to her room without saying a word. Mother Hu, I'm hungry. Ask Chef Su to cook some plain porridge for me and bring to my room. Yes, miss. Liu Yushi turned around and looked at Ochi. Follow me upstairs. Perhaps because the dog's sense of smell was very sensitive, Liu Yushi had just opened the door when she saw Little Pudding pouncing at her. Little Pudding is so obedient. She even knows I'm back. All right, go play. I'll talk to Sister OU. After putting Little Pudding down, it obediently wagged its tail and walked out of the balcony. Liu Yushi also walked to the chair outside the balcony and sat down. She pointed to another chair and said, Sit down, let's talk. After Ochi sat down, he initially thought that Liu Yushi would question him about what had happened tonight, but he did not expect it. Do you know, in the past, I was also very timid. No matter how much I was bullied, I would not think of fighting back. I always felt that that person had no other choice but to treat me this way. But later, I realized that this method did not work at all. It would only make the person who bullied me feel that I was weak and would only make it worse. Liu Yushi sat down and talked to her about her past life. Not everyone is born with courage. Why don't you work harder to live? Otherwise, who will see your cowardice? Liu Yushi spoke out her own thoughts. Xiaoxi, I know what you're saying, but my family's conditions have been worse than others since I was young. I don't blame anyone for this, but I've always felt inferior since I was young. I didn't dare to make friends with more people. After I came here to study in high school, the people here looked down on me, despised me, and ostracized me. This made me feel even more inferior. I didn't want to get close to anyone. I just wanted to hide in my own wings. Ochi covered her mouth and cried softly. She continued. At that time, I met him at my most confused time. He gave me hope and gave me strength. But what I didn't expect the most was his deceitful face. I actually sold my family's land for him. Ochi could no longer hold back her tears, perhaps because she trusted him. She chose to cry out loud. Lu Yushi walked closer, hugged her, and patted her comfortingly. Cry. Cry out all your grievances. It will be much more comfortable. She cried for a long time. Xiaoxi, what should I do? How can I take back my parents' land? Don't worry. A few days ago, I filed a lawsuit with the court. The court has thoroughly investigated this matter. I believe there will be a result soon. Ochi excitedly grabbed Lu Yushi's hand. Thank you, Xiaoxi. If I really get it back, I will do anything you want me to do. Really? I'll do whatever you want me to do. Lu Yushi asked again. Ochi Ming nodded. Yes. I'll definitely help you if I can do it. That's what you said. Little Pudding will testify. Don't even think about denying it. Lu Yushi pointed at Pudding and said. Ochi promised confidently, yes. Lu Yushi's eyes darted around and said, How about this? Didn't you say that you can sing? Next week, on the day of my college entrance exam, there will be a singer selection program for the media. You can sign up then. Lu Yushi remembered that her fame started from this program. Although she only got third place, which was not very glamorous, Lu Yushi would help her. No, although I can sing, I can't sing well. I will be afraid if I participate in such a big competition. Ochi rejected her, as expected. She really did not know how he managed to stand on the stage of millions of people in his previous life. See, you just said that you could promise me anything, but now you can't even promise me such a small thing. Are you kidding me with what you just said? Lu Yushi pretended to be angry, but she explained himself anxiously. No, it's really not what you think. I really don't dare. I'm not kidding you. Then do you want to participate or not? Lu Yushi peeked at her expression with her right eye. She hesitated for a moment. Okay, I got it. Lu Yushi was in a good mood. That's more like it. Don't be afraid. I'm not forcing you. I'm just giving you a chance to train your courage. I'll definitely go back to cheer you on after the exam. Tomorrow, I'll enroll you in an etiquette and music class. Are you willing to learn? Yes, I'm willing. I know that you're doing this for my own good, so I won't reject you anymore. Xiaoxi, thank you. Don't say thank you. Just say thank you. If you really want to thank me, you have to learn the classes that I enrolled you in. Lu Yushi answered optimistically. Knock, knock. There was a knock on the door. Miss, the porridge you asked for has been served, the servant said outside the door. Okay, come in. The servant placed the porridge that Lu Yushi asked for in front of Lu Yushi and left. Lu Yushi looked at Ochi, who was gulping down the porridge, and said, You must be hungry. Eat. As she said that, she gave the only bowl and chopsticks to Oyuchi. No, I don't want to eat. You ordered it, so I won't eat. Although she refused, her stomach started to growl honestly. Don't worry about it. I specifically ordered it for you. I know you're hungry, Lu Yushi said with a smile. Ochi was stunned. Xiaoxi, how did you know? Your sister just now. He paused and didn't continue. It's okay, just say it. I know that it's not what she said. Then just say it out loud. She doesn't dare to do anything to you. Ochi slowly tried to accept Lu Yushi's suggestion. Ever since I moved into your house, I've been flattered by this kind of life where I don't have to do anything. So I specifically told Nanny who to let her work here so that I could accept living here. I felt a little uncomfortable this afternoon, so I told Nanny who to sleep in my room. I didn't expect to sleep past my mealtime, so I went to the kitchen to take a look. There was no one in the kitchen. I saw that there was leftover food that had not been processed yet, so who knew that Miss Wong would find out? Lu Yushi was furious after hearing that. This is too much. Ochi was shocked. I'm sorry, Xiaoxi. I didn't mean to use your kitchen on purpose. Oh my, Ochi, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about that Wong Maiha. How could she treat you like that? I'm so angry. Ochi, Xiaoxi, it's not like that. It's all my fault. I shouldn't have borrowed your kitchen and let you two sisters get into a conflict. Lu Yushi looked at Ochi and said, Our relationship was never good, so you don't have to be afraid. It's not your fault. Eat. Lu Yushi did not tell her about Wang Maiha. It was because she had met too many villains in her previous life that made her wary. Okay, Lu Jingming did not come back for dinner because he was working overtime. Therefore, in order to take revenge, Lu Yushi arranged a sumptuous dinner. Ochi sat next to Lu Yushi, while Wang Maihe and Wang Yun sat opposite her. When Ochi saw the dishes on the table, he was secretly pleased. He looked at Wang Maihe with great anticipation. When Wang Maihe saw the table full of dishes, she was so angry that her face turned green. She pretended to be calm and said, "Sister, why is there egg fried rice on the table tonight?" The words egg fried rice could be said through gritted teeth. "Yes, Xiaoxi, why did you order the kitchen to make so much egg fried rice tonight?" Wang Maihe looked at the 3 big bowls of egg fried rice in front of her and really lost her appetite. Lu Yushi held back her laughter and said, "Aunt Wang, sister, don't you guys like it? I really want to eat egg fried rice today. I thought that you guys would like it too, so I specifically ordered the kitchen to make more. I didn't expect that you guys would not like it." Lu Yushi expressed her disappointment. Wang Yun kicked Wang Maihe and told her not to talk nonsense. No, Xiaoxi, you misunderstood. We like it very much." As she spoke, she stuffed a few mouthfuls into her mouth. Lu Yushi held back her laughter and almost suffered internal injuries. Wang Maihe, on the other hand, suffered internal injuries from anger. She had never expected that Wang Maihe would hate such cheap food, like egg fried rice, since she was young. She had never expected that Lu Yushi, this be *TCH, would suddenly make 3 big bowls. Ochi was very touched by Lu Yushi's actions, but he mostly held back his laughter. Seeing Wang Mai's expression, it was really funny. The next morning, Lu Yushi dragged Ochi, who was still wearing a pair of black-rimmed glasses, out the door. "Xiaoxi, don't you have to go class?" Lu Yushi asked as she looked at Lu Yushi, who had pulled her up in a hurry early in the morning. I'm taking a leave of absence." After the English competition yesterday, it was much easier to take a leave of absence today. Now that she thought about it, she finally remembered why Wang Maihe had such a bad attitude towards Oyuchi. It turned out that it was about the competition yesterday. Speaking of which, she had actually implicated Ochi. But it's so early, the others shouldn't have opened the door yet. "Ochi, don't worry. I took care of everything last night, so the teacher was already waiting there." As she said that, she pushed Oyuchi into the car. Chishifu Drive Study Club. Sure enough, the etiquette teacher of the study club was already waiting for them. "I don't know why you're late, but I'm telling you now, in my class, never slack off or be late, or else find another job." Ling Yuya's face was serious. Lu Yushi and Ochi stuck out their tongues mischievously at the teacher's curses. "Now, do as I say and stand up straight against the wall. I'm going to the bathroom. Don't let me see you slacking off." "Understood," Lu Yushi and Oyuchi replied in unison. Looking at Ling Yuya's disappearing back, Ochi couldn't help but say, "So fierce." Don't think she's fierce, but she won the Miss Etiquette title 5 times in a row. Since she started teaching, she has taught many famous models. It wasn't easy for me to get her to teach us. Lu Yushi leaned against the wall and stopped. Ochi said calmly, "Oh." Then he asked, "But Xiaoxi, aren't you going to take the college entrance exam soon? Why did you ask for leave and not come to class to learn etiquette with me?" No, I will go to class, but I also learn etiquette. I use the time after school and on Saturdays to learn, but today is the first day, so I asked for leave to come. Stop talking, stand still. It only takes 2 hours a day, so hold on. Ling Yuya's sudden appearance gave the 2 chatting people a shock. 2 hours of practice was neither fast nor fast, but neither slow nor slow. It was enough to torture her. She casually learned etiquette because, as the daughter of the Lu Corporation, a party or something like that was indispensable. Moreover, the Wang mother and daughter would definitely find a way to mess with her. So she had to learn etiquette so that she would not lose face. On the other hand, Oyuchi was still feeling refreshed after 2 hours of etiquette. I say, "Ochi, why are you still so energetic after 2 hours?" I don't know why either. Maybe it's because I used to work 2 big jobs a day, and I gradually trained myself, Ochi said nonchalantly. Lu Yushi said, "All right, since that's the case, you can go learn music by yourself." I want to accompany you on this. Okay. After bidding farewell to Ochi, Lu Yushi went to the renovation of the clothing store. Surprisingly, the renovation progress was very fast. In just a few days, the store had already been renovated. Although the renovation had been completed, there was not a single thing, making it seem very empty. Taking out her cell phone, Lu Yushi made a call. Hello, this is Lu Yushi. May I ask if the model I customized with you last time still has a special coat hanger completed? Yes, it's finished. Do you want me to send it to you now? Lu Yushi. Yes, send it to me. Then, she called the furniture company and added tables, chairs, computers, and sofas in the office. Hello, Lao Jia. Come to the side of the 1,000 strands of silk. I have something to show you. What is it? I don't know what to say. Just come over. After hanging up the phone, Lu Yushi didn't stop for a moment. She ordered the people from a moving company to move the model to the window and hang up the coat hangers on the first and second floors. Only then did Lu Yushi let them go with satisfaction. She never thought that she would be reborn in star business. It could only be said that this was all fate. It was fate that made her reborn. It was fate that made her realize everything. Lao Min brought Xiao Bei to catch her breath. Xiao Shi, why are you in such a hurry to find me to see something? Sister Xiao Shi, Xiao Bei's beauty, and her mother are here. Xiao Bei introduced herself in a strange voice. Hee. Yes, Xiao Bei's beauty is here. Lu Yushi teased. Lao Jia, what do you think of this house? Lu Yushi was looking forward to Lao Jia's reply. After all, Lao Jia was an experienced person. If she could catch her eye, it wouldn't be too bad. Lao Min looked at the house carefully. It seemed to be newly renovated. The design and structure of the house was something she hadn't seen in a long time. It was very new and beautiful. Xiaoxi, this is? Lao Min asked curiously. Lao Jia, what do you think? Lao Min's expectant eyes were fixed on Lao Min. It's not bad. The interior design is very novel, especially the glass window on the first floor. If people see it, they will have the urge to buy it. If the lighting is suitable, I think it can be said to be luxurious. The first floor can sell simple and cheap clothes, and the second floor can sell evening gowns and the like. Lao Min said what Lu Yushi was thinking. Lu Yushi could not help but be excited. Yes, I think so too. Lao Jia, you are really amazing. Xiao Bei repeated with a smile. Amazing, amazing. But Xiao Shi, didn't you ask me to come and see something? Why are you showing me this? Lao Min was puzzled. Lu Yushi circled around the center. This is what I want to show you. Lao Jia, if we use this to build the foundation of my clothing kingdom, what do you think? Xiao Shi, how much is it for a month to rent this place? Lu Yushi looked at Xiao Bei, who was running around, and said, I didn't buy it. I bought it with money. Xiao Shi, you're so funny. This is a prime location in City A. Even if your father indulges you, he wouldn't give you so much money to squander, right? Lao Min curled her lips in disbelief. Hee, my father probably loves me too much, so he gave me money to buy this place. But Lao Jia, you're wrong. You can't use the word squander to describe it. You should use the word star business. Lu Yushi was a little proud. Then this interior design couldn't be you. Lao Min swallowed her saliva in disbelief. Lu Yushi nodded with a silly smile. Lao Min could not come back to her senses for a long time. I say, Lu Yushi, what are you made of? Why do you know everything? Hee, I've opened 9 apertures, but I still don't know anything. Lu Yushi's joking words made people relax. Lu Yushi asked Lao Min again, Lao Jia, are you willing to help me manage it? Lao Min looked at Xiao Bei, who was running around, and said, rather than saying that I'm helping you, it's better to say that you're helping U.S. mother and daughter. We don't have money or food now. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Trust me. Lu Yushi did not know what to say. She just smiled. The wind chimes outside the door were picked up by someone, and there was the sound of jingling bells. Lu Yushi could tell by smelling her body. Who is it? Logically speaking, the business had not opened yet, so no one should have come. Could it be that the moving company had lost something here? Suddenly,